Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
Good afternoon, air hockey fans, and welcome to a brand new challenge match. Today we have Nathan Buss and Scott Arnold going at it for number one in Idaho and number one, well, not number one, but it would be a lot of points for the American Air Hockey League. Nathan stands to lose lots of points and will lose his spot to George Anderson if he loses this challenge match to Scott Arnold today. Scott says he has a plan. We'll see what happens. He says he is willing to accept all suggestions from people to defeat Nathan today. Though Nathan did have a good showing yesterday and won the tournament yesterday, he did get his butt kicked a couple times. So he is not undefeatable.
Very excited.
So here we have Tim, whose birthday was yesterday. He turned 80 years old. He's reffing today. See who wins the face-off.
Oh.
Nathan, first possession. Scott sets it up, changes hands in his alley cat fashion. Tries to go for an over, but missed. Nathan gets it back. Sets his shots up. Going for the cross and gets it. 1-0.
You brought that one right up to the line.
Yeah, Scott with that really wide cross, which would be pretty effective. He was more on target. Scott again trying for the over. A lot of times overs are effective against Nathan unless he's waiting for it. And Nathan with a nice right wall under. Scott up on the line to give Nathan less reaction time, but very slow, and Nathan just sends it right down his throat. Scott with some setup. Nathan grabs it.
It looked like he was going for that double wall today.
Yeah. Nathan likes to send those disgusting double walls at you, and they're a lot of times they're pretty accurate. So you want to say garbage, but they're not.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Scott scores against himself by dragging the puck into his own goal. No setup. Sends it right into Nathan's mallet. Scott with a good block. Sets up his shot. He tries for the double wall, and it misses. Nathan with the quick retaliation. Loses possession.
The fake shot he got going. Oh,
Scott
that was a good one.
with a nice straight. A nice cross to make the score 4-1.
Nate loses that one.
Nathan right on the line. Oh, and then a nice right wall over. Nathan grunting because he missed getting that puck back, but he gets it back anyways. Oh no, Scott gets the puck. What's he gonna do with it? Straight down, almost gets it in. Scott attempting a fake out, but Nathan's like, I'm not tricked by this. And Nathan getting a nice left wall over.
That was a good one.
Game point Nathan for this first game. Scott trying to double down on those overs, not making it quite right into Nathan's mallet, but gets it back. Trying again for an over, blocked by Nathan. Nathan's defense is pretty far out, so
yeah,
Scott might want to think
way out
about
there.
getting a different strategy to make Nathan pull back. There he goes. He finally gets that over he's been looking for.
Oh.
And then Nathan closes it out 7-2 for the game one, set one. What do you think about that?
I think that was a little bit quicker than I'd imagined it to be. I don't know, but these two just seem like they could be just going at one game for a long time. Oh, there's Scott with his headband.
Scott is putting his head mawashi on, and he is not kidding around anymore.
No, he's ready. He's ready. That was just a warm-up. It was just a warm-up. Just a warm-up.
Scott says, I have a mountain to climb, and that mountain is called Nathan Bus.
I believe in him.
He has all the tools he needs to be able to beat him, but can he put all that together in one package and consistently beat him?
Sometimes you need a different tool at a different time. You know, like what's a Phillips head screwdriver gonna do with a bolt with a flathead top? You know.
Yeah.
That sounded much cooler in my head. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, it's true. I mean, if you jam that Phillips head in hard enough, it'll make that screw go in, but you have a lot harder time than just getting a flathead screwdriver to do the job.
Path of least resistance.
Yeah. Who we got in chat today? We got
Fluffy Dragon Slayer.
Noisy Alien saying good luck. Yarning Chick say whoop Nate. Ruth Kmiecik, let's go. Fluffy Dragon Slayer. Ooh, Matt commentary. Oh, I got fans. Nice. WXJK, the real one. Not much people in chat today.
Yeah, Fluffy Dragon Slayer's right though. It'll pick up more than likely.
Yeah. Was it Slinky Gaming? I saw that. Nate, you tried to do the surprise score out the goal.
Oh, the puck went flying. They started and the puck went flying. Gotta sand it off.
That puck is designed to not fly out the goal, so it's pretty surprising that it's already gone off the table.
How do they design a puck not to fly off the table?
What it's made out of? Ooh, nice
Ooh.
cut by Scott to get the first score of the match.
I think that'll put Scott in the right headspace. You know, get that first one. Get that first goal of a game always feels really nice.
It's a good psychological goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blocking up the line. He jumps back. Ooh.
Nathan with a cross now leads 2-1.
And Scott just tied it up.
Yeah. Scott ties with another cross. Now Nathan's sitting on the cross. Or no, not cross, I mean the cut. Scott switches hands, so sometimes similar shots will be called different things. Ooh, nice get from Scott. Retains possession.
Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
He tricks Nathan thinking he's going to cut side and he goes cross. That was a good shot.
Oh, and Nate ties it right back up again.
Nate sends a cut right to the heart of Scott's headband.
How long do you think it'll be before Nathan puts his on?
I don't know. I think Nathan putting his headband now is kind of like a badge of honor for the other person.
Yeah.
Because you've made Nathan sweat. So now he's going to put his headband on because you've made him make an effort.
I think if he does, it'll probably be a few more games.
Yeah.
Because he's looking kind of effortless with it right now.
Yeah, that's true. And there's a song about Nathan and his headband at the American Air Hockey League Discord in the general chat. If you're curious to go listen to it. It's a good, nice 80 rock song. My co-commentator today is Kai, Cobra Kai, from the early days of American Air Hockey League when we used to be called Idaho Air Hockey.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm back. I don't have work today, so I'm here. Get him to remember to
10x your game? Do you understand that spec?
Yeah, no, you might have to what's it called?
Explain?
Yeah, there we go. It sounds like you're not smiling.
I'm not smiling. I'm always smiling.
Always and forever. Anytime you see him frown, he's just acting.
Change it. Oh, no. That changed at like the beginning of the year when they rebranded from Idaho Air Hockey to the American Air Hockey League to include Washington, Oregon, Indiana,
Ooh.
and Idaho into one league.
We're game point 3. There's Nate here. Scott's really... Oh, Nate just threw his mallet.
Nathan's like, I'm out.
Nathan just needed a quick second to think.
Ooh, Scott
that was
flubs
nice
it and then
save.
gets it back. That was really great.
Oh,
and
and
then gets the
sinks
over.
it. Oh, Nate going
Been
right
nice
back
to have a
into
replay
it.
of that, but I guess not. Specs over here running the board. He's interested in watching the game. Scott has everything he needs to win this game except for letting that last goal in, which brings it 7-4 Nathan.
Oh, with that cross.
And that's the final ruthless replay right there.
Reading comments. Minute break.
So Scott, it appears he's on an upward trend from where he was before. Do you think he's getting it? Oh, they're gonna take their 2 minutes now. Or Scott is. Do you think Scott understood something and now he's gonna be on a do even better next time, or is it just a fluke?
I think you're right. I think he's on his upward. He's figuring out what works and what doesn't. And, I mean, we can see from the first 2 games he doubled his points. So and he was playing a fair amount differently this game than he was in the first one.
Yeah.
So I think he's figuring out what is working and what isn't. And
we shall see. Ruth, this hand switching that's Scott's thing.
Yeah.
That's the alley cat way, the alley cat pirate, and it's his gimmick. And he says it helps him to be ambidextrous and to use both hands to trick his opponents into what he's gonna do.
It is sometimes it is kind of tricky to predict what he's doing.
And I have to admit, with like the lower level players, it does work really well. But once you understand how it works, unfortunately, then there's not a lot more you can do with it that he has right now, in my opinion anyways. So unless there's like a quantum leap in his design for his plays and what he's doing with it, then I could be wrong. But as far as what I've seen as of late, to me it doesn't help his game. It's what he's been accustomed to, so that's how he plays his game. And we'll see. I could be wrong, and I could eat my words later when he takes Nathan down and Nathan has a fit and has a tantrum because he's just lost. But we will see.
Nate with the first possession immediately scores. Or not scores, immediately shoots. Scott with his setup.
Weather, just kidding, is wanting to hear that song spec on the Discord. Said pin it to the pinned comment.
So it sounds like throwing just like, oh, Scott with the first point.
Nice cross. Ooh, nice stuff block at the line.
Oh.
Ooh. Nathan gives it back. I think he may have touched it.
Oh.
What? I don't understand what happened there. And then Scott hits it with the back of his mallet and goes into his goal. That's a bummer. At least I think that's what happened.
The very lightly hits it.
Just stops it right at the bottom of his goal.
Oh, yo.
That was such a lucky block right there. That was great. Oh, I thought it went in his goal.
Nope.
And it popped out of his goal.
I thought this was an anti-fly.
Man, you need to talk about Spec. You need to talk to Spec about that, because that's how it was
advertised.
If that's false advertising, then we'll have to talk to Spec. Nice right wall under.
Very strong one. And Scott immediately going for the left.
Sometimes it's pretty hard to make the attack from the middle of the table. So
Nate's not messing around anymore. If he ever was, he isn't anymore.
Ooh, nice stealth, like straight for Nathan, but blocked by Scott. I think Nathan has just about figure out Scott's game, and Scott hits with the left-handed cross this time.
So it looked like a wall.
Really?
Like it just
Was
barely
it?
bounced
Did
off.
he?
It,
Was that
I'm
a
pretty
left
sure it
wall?
was a wall.
Was that a right wall over that he just ticked in?
That was an under. Because it looked like he was like that far away from the wall, and he just ever so slightly.
Oh, that's a pretty sweet shot. And then Nathan hits the left wall over.
So it's taking a minute.
So if you're watching, you got 10 seconds to get it out of your goal, and then you have 7 seconds to, once you put it on the table, to hit your shot.
You need, well, get it across the line.
Get it across the line, yeah.
Yeah. So some people take those full 7 seconds. Some people only take it 1. It all depends on the player.
So you got, it doesn't seem like a lot, but you have tons of time to take a breath, you know, without taking a timeout.
And when I'm really lining up my shots, I take 3, maybe 4.
You see Scott taking his time, trying to come around Nathan's defense. Nathan really coming out far. Scott trying to get that left-handed cross.
Oh.
Ooh, coming off the table again. What is going on with this putt, Spec?
Yeah, Spec, what the heck?
They're just hitting it too hard, you know. What else is going to happen when you hit the puck too hard? Is this going to, like, not fly off or anything?
Yeah. That's exactly what that puck is designed to do. Not fly off.
Yeah, man.
It's a Delrin puck? Okay, it's a puck man at Dylan. That's a nice cross from Nathan, bringing game point up. And Nathan winning this game puts Scott in a very bad position for the set, because Nathan only needs to win one more set to win the whole set. Scott coming back with
I was
his
saying,
own
if
point.
Scott can score at least one more point, then there's that improvement we were talking about before the game started. But I guess staying in one spot's better than
Nathan with the
going downwards.
The double shot and instant replay goes in on the cut side for the final point in this game. You got Nathan trying to help Scott with something.
Probably.
Oh no, he's talking to somebody else.
I was gonna say that's good sportsmanship, you know, like helping your opponent defeat you.
Yeah.
That's some good sportsmanship.
Is Scott getting ready to put on another
I think
headband?
I think or at least he's folding another one up. I don't know if he's gonna put it on, but he's getting it ready.
Oh.
Oh no, he's changing it.
He's getting.
He's changing.
We're not going to be able to see Scott's forehead for a second. He's changing his headband to camouflage. Oh, there goes his forehead. He's going Rambo mode.
Oh, it's all gone. Gotta fix the hair a little bit.
Scott is in take no prisoner mode. This is do or die for the set. Nathan is up 3 games to 0. Scott needs to come up with something or he has lost this set. That green mallet just looks like a sad face right there, doesn't
yeah,
it?
it does.
That mallet looks very sad right now.
Nate stretching.
Or maybe it just has a big mustache.
Bump it. Alright, and we're
Idaho
on to the
sportsmanship.
face-off.
Who's going to win possession? Scott gets
yeah.
first possession. Switches hands. Nathan gets possession.
Wouldn't be an alley cat game
And
if he
goes.
didn't do his thing. Everybody's
Gets
got
the
their
cross. Drifting forward, trying for the over.
thing. You hear it.
Blocked
It
by
almost
Nathan.
went flying again. I heard it come off the table a little bit.
Yeah. Puck got wonky for a second. Scott setting up and gets the under. 1-1. Nathan's gameplay is just so fast compared to Scott's. At least for me, it's really hard not to get caught up in his fast game. Good block by Scott. Gets control of the puck. Gets possession.
Sometimes that really fast gameplay can get a little overwhelming.
Just have to slow it down and go at your own pace.
Exactly. And sometimes it screws up your opponent because they're not used to playing that slow. They're used to that speed.
Yep. That was blindingly fast. And then he
Yeah.
changes the speed and off speed
Yeah.
gets it.
That's what makes it so effective. Is you're expecting it to be really, really fast, and then it isn't. So you're
Scores
reacting-
on himself,
so
and
you're
that's just a
reacting.
bummer.
Yeah. So you're acting like it's, coming at you at 50 miles an hour, but... And then it crawls toward you. Oh, it went in and then came right back out.
Yeah, Nathan would have been scored on himself if it hadn't come right back out.
Nathan's reflexes are like a viper. He's terrifying. He can be.
He's agile like the lynx.
What was his nickname?
Nathan?
No, there was... Like, as we're starting, it was... Like, Scott Arnold, Alley Cat, and then Nathan is something under it. I don't remember what that one was. Oh, you could hear it hit the puck. It
Gets-
hit the mallet, too.
Oh.
Oh.
Both players hitting at the same time and the puck just flies off.
We're going again.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good shot.
Good straight. Transition shot to a cross.
Ooh, that was a wall.
Nice. Is that like a left wall over?
Under. Because Nate was right up against the line and he just got hit it on the wall. Ooh.
Nathan with a laser beam off the wall, and then Scott counters with a cross. Says, I'm staying alive. Scott blocks the same shot from Nathan. I think that would have gone in if he had put a little bit more juice behind it.
Yeah. He gave Scott just enough time to react.
Oh.
Alright, so
Got
we're at
that.
match point 4 right now.
Set point.
Set point, whatever. Same thing. Set point.
Yeah, Nathan is at set point.
Set point 4.
Scott just trying to stay alive.
That's
He's moving his mallet quite a bit. Getting back in time to make the block and get possession. Right into the mallet. Nathan
there he goes.
gets off the wall into Nathan's goal, 5-6. This is the closest that Scott has been to winning.
Here's his upward slope.
2 points keeps him alive. Just 1 point. And all the work he's done this whole set is for nothing. Oh, Nathan tries the off speed again. Almost goes in.
Oh, there it is.
Gets it with the
There's
cross,
set.
and this set is over with Nathan winning and leading by 1-0 now.
Does his forehead even exist? Currently, no. If he switches headbands, possibly. But currently, no.
Oh, Jessica, you missed it. The joke's already been made. Because of the camouflage. Okay, well, we're going to have to switch to the couch cams. And then we'll do the little interview stuff. And...
was over because that took a lot. Like, I didn't expect to be so winded.
Well,
Scott blocked everything.
you say it took a lot, but nobody saw you whipping out your headband.
It's in my pocket, and I was like, I was about to, but then he put on his, and I'm like, I can't be a copycat. I can't.
That's funny.
Like, I'll let him have his moment.
Scott preempted with the headband block.
Only one cat in the house.
We commented we couldn't see your forehead anymore, so we were concerned in the chat.
Oh,
The chat was concerned.
oh, does it still do that disappearing thing?
Yep,
That's funny.
with the camo.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's not funny, it's hilarious.
Okay, what's chat saying? Hey, I got Andy Schaefer saying congrats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got the chat right here, so if it looks like we're just closing our eyes, it's not. We're reading chat right now. They said I got the double shot thing mastered. Oh man. Someone says I got reflexes like a viper. I wish, not today.
That would be Jacob Munoz.
I got it. No.
You want me to?
No.
Advice or something.
So now is the perfect time for anybody that wants to ask questions to us right now. Perfect time to throw them in the chat. What questions do you guys have? What did you notice from the game?
So I noticed that Scott's trend is going up, and there's not a lot that you're able to do to stop that,
Is his reverse cut?
because his points are steadily coming up closer to the 7 mark. And with that trend, seems that at a certain point, he's going to get to 7 before you get to 7. Because each game he's getting...
This
So
is
the first
this is when the
game-
math flies behind the
first game
screen.
was 7-3 and then it was 7-4, 7-4,
No, I get you.
7-5.
Eventually, he's going to be beating me. I agree with that. He's doing this reverse cut with his right hand. So first off, Scott, like, usually defensively you're right-handed and offensively you're left-handed, and you're doing this reverse cut, which is when you're doing. No, it's not even a reverse cut. You are doing a cross from your right hand. It's a cross. So you're bringing it up top left corner of your side, and you're hitting this cross, and I'm just like one speck out of way, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to start cheating that and leaving the left wall under open, and so that's what you're forcing me to do in this game. But what's crazy, even the guys watching are like, man, you're able to snag so many of the pucks. You're able to take possession. There was even an off goal I did. I'm like, I'm just going to do a slow off goal and set myself up for a cool shot. And you stole that one. And so it's like, okay, I don't even know how to respond to that. I've met you in the middle a few times, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I meet him in the middle when the puck's in the center, it's going to scare him away from the middle, but it hasn't scared you away from there yet, right? Because it's like that's where you're getting the most points is when you're near the center line. So I'm trying to rush the center line to keep you away from it. Risking points in my own goal, but just to scare you away from it. But you haven't shied away from it. You haven't started doing all your shots, further back or anything. Mm-hmm. So, what'd you think about the game?
Well, that's the advantage of ambidextrous, because at any time you can adapt new stuff and throw it into the game. I haven't been doing a lot with the right hand in that area, but I decided to start practicing that a lot these last couple weeks. To start throwing people off, so something else people will have to now adapt to, which I can switch out from whenever I need to. So yeah.
All right, Matt, Kai, what do you guys think?
I don't know if you know this, but Scott does kung fu.
I could see his reflexes showing. He's already doing a lot of chase shots. Like
Taekwondo and Aries specifically, but yes.
So I remember, Scott, one time you told me, you're like, Nathan in a challenge match is much different from Nathan, at the arcade or whatever. Yesterday I lost 2 games at the arcade and almost lost 2 more. David had me 6-6 in the last game. We had each won a game, and it was that close. So it used to be, it used to be to the point where I could beat people 7-2, 7-1. And now I can barely even stay in the winner's bracket now because all of you guys have raised up that high. Yeah. So, now the players here are becoming scary to play against. So, okay, let's check the chat. What questions they have? There's one for you here from Rue. She says, Scott, when you switch hands, Nathan scored 2 different times. Do you think it helps you to switch hands? You are amazing at those fake out things, though.
So, with the hand switching, it is advantageous if done correctly in the right timing. It can be disadvantageous if you do it the wrong way in the wrong timing, which sometimes happens. But overall, it's more advantageous than not, because at any time you can just do one hand or the other. So overall, it's more advantageous than disadvantageous. Yeah. And there's a stance I've been watching from David the last handful of months. And Tim also adopted it recently. And it's another thing that Jacob was doing. Was that Jacob the boyfriend, or at the time the boyfriend of Sarah Wiseman? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so he was also doing the stance. So I noticed defensively I have a different stance with the left leg forward. That helps a lot because it helps being able to trap it. I found that if I do defense with my right leg forward, it's very hard to trap anything. And it just escapes me. So that's made a huge difference in this game.
Fluffy Dragon Slayer is asking, how much muscle memory comes into play for y'all? Do you find yourselves making shots before you think? And if so, does that help or hinder?
That's the goal.
This is one where I started asking a lot of the pro players at the top levels of air hockey, and I started saying how much of it is in your head versus how much of it is in your arm. And it was a weird question to ask, but basically what I was asking is how much of it is muscle memory versus how much of it is tactics. And it turns out that roughly what they were saying was around 70% is muscle memory, right? Take a pro player and you switch them to their left hand or their less dominant hand, they're going to play much worse. They still have all the tactics, they understand all the angles, they understand all the gameplay, but they're not going to do nearly as well because it's their less dominant hand and it's not trained for it. So a lot of the practices that we do are training muscle memory, where it's just shot after shot, sort of the wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi, right? So you'll do a shot. I frequently will do a shot that I didn't even think I was going to do or was capable of doing. And I'm more shocked than anybody. They'll be like, wow, that was a good shot. I didn't know my arm was going to do that.
There's the tabulation of the scores, as you can see the trend.
He's creeping up. He's creeping up. No.
Well, it's going better than the last challenge match, so that's good. It's an improvement.
All right, so the next game is going to be a 7-6. Then after that, all 7s. So I have to keep him down to around 4 points. I'd also like to make a shout out to our sponsors. We got 2 sponsors today. They're absolutely amazing. A brand new sponsor right now, heating and air conditioning. These guys are absolutely amazing. A few weeks ago, we were playing in here and it was well over 70 degrees, which doesn't sound too bad, but when you're playing a sport like this, you sweat all over the table and it ruins the game.
Yeah, it might as well be 10,000 degrees.
That's how it seems. And these guys came in here and did an amazing job. They were able to change out both units in this place, and now it's a nice, cool 68 degrees or less at all times. And so, yeah.
I'm in a hoodie right now because I'm not playing, so I'm that cold.
Yeah. So it's 100 degrees outside, and she's wearing a hoodie because of how cold it is. Actually, can we get that frame back up one more second for these guys? So right now, heating and air conditioning. These guys are killer. They came in here. What I liked is that they wore like these little booties on the inside. They never got anything dirty. They followed through, made sure that everything was taken care of. These guys, they pride themselves in offering the best prices, service, the best warranties around, and that's kind of what sold me on them. They don't settle for anything less when it comes to your home and comfort, and I can absolutely attest to that. You can give them a call at 208-585-5868 or visit right now heatcool.com. These guys are the best. I can really honestly attest to that. And then Ruth Kmiecik, she's the best real estate agent around. Absolutely. We really make sure to vet our sponsors carefully. And Ruth is just the best. She helped me, my family, a lot of friends, a lot of relatives find new places after a devastating fire. She's just the best, and she does it with an amazing attitude. She doesn't fight or hassle with you. She gets what you want. You're not just playing find the house that the realtor wants for you. You're playing find the game of the house that is your dream home for yourself, right? So special thanks to those guys. All right, I guess we'll bounce back into our next game now. Scott, any last words? Any last words?
In answer to this question, yes, I always plan out my shots ahead of time before I put it on the table. So it's a very important thing, and I recommend people do it. That way it gives you a game plan before you have it on the table. Saves a lot of time.
Agreed. Yeah.
Everybody ready to go?
Ready to rock?
Yeah, also the World Tournament. I also want to talk about that. That's August 2nd, right? August 2nd, 3rd. I'm going to be there like all week. Houston, Texas. It's coming up really quick, so please tune in to watch that or join it. There's still some open slots there. So, yeah.
All right, a little bit of a staff change, and I am now commentating with Matt.
As much as I hate that.
So, where do you think this next set's gonna go?
I think that if Scott knows what's good for him, he'll win. Lovely Dragon Slayer, don't get too excited. It's not as good as it sounds.
Hopefully. Well, looks like Nathan gets first possession. And you can see on our player tracker, we're tracking everything they do right now.
Well, Spec is.
Oh my
Gerber.
goodness, a Gerber from Nathan gets that first point as well.
Call it Gerber because he just fed it to him like baby food.
It just happens so suddenly, and Scott can't react to it anymore. So Nathan will now set up. It goes straight down the middle. Beautiful stop from Scott. Scott goes that for the cross. Tries to practice that shot once again. Nathan.
Good block from Scott. That could have gone in, but it didn't. And Scott just turns it into a goal.
Amazing shot from Scott here. Nathan doing diamond drift. Right while under tricks out Scott.
Or as
Scott,
Nathan likes to call it, right wall thunder.
Yeah, look at this thunder shot.
Scott thinking about that one.
He let that sink in. Oh my goodness. Scores left and right and center here. Looks like Nathan taking a little bit of time to stop it. I never did
call because he's switching hands. The cut, right?
Yeah. And Nathan goes for that cross.
Cross, yep.
If you cut me, I'll cross you. Whatever that saying goes.
Vince Salceda.
With Jessica being like, oh, Nathan's been watching too much anime lately. I don't know who is causing that to happen, but sounds like a
left wall over.
Difficult scenario. And Nathan with the beautiful left wall over. Just that shot just gets everybody, you know. It gets me, gets Matt, gets Nathan too.
Are you serious? That doesn't get me.
It gets you.
Doesn't ever get me.
Oh my goodness!
Not since
right
2023.
Yeah. Well, it is tied up 4-4 right now with both sides scoring shots left and right, overs and unders, a cross, cut and cross game right now. Mic? No one's playing any defense right now. Everybody's just trying to score. Nathan is just way too out there.
We have reached the point of criticality.
Scott taking his time. You only have 7 seconds, so you don't want to take too much time. Nathan taking his time now, just trying to do some off goals. Almost scores it on himself, but saves it at the last second. More off goals. He is just... I don't know if these are off goals or these are misses. What do you think, Matt?
I think they're near misses. That was probably an off goal.
But that was not a miss. Beautiful cut. Or actually, it was a cross. Yeah.
Cross.
Scott taking a breather for that 10 seconds he's got. And now Scott trying for an off goal, trying to off goal transition, but Nathan gets the possession. He scores on himself.
Finally scores on himself.
It is now 6-6, the first 7-6 or 6-6 game in this whole set and match.
We said this was gonna happen.
Nathan predicted it on the couch about who will win this 7-6 match. And Nathan fouls.
Touched it.
Yep.
With this very little pinky.
Oh, he almost curves again.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no. That was an insane play from Nathan. You can see her, they're fighting it on the line, and Nathan smashes it onto the right wall, and Scott with the...
He had to know that was going to happen. He's like fully extended on the line, and Nathan has possession. Should have just collapsed onto the goal, and then... But he was just hanging out in space. Wait, can Kai use that other microphone over there? The star one?
Give me a moment. I gotta switch these cameras. I gotta do a lot of work here, Matt. I think if you connect it to the orange... No, not the orange.
It's not wireless?
It's not wireless.
Oh.
I'll do it later. I'll do it next game. Actually, I think I might have it. Probably not. Because I gotta put some scores in.
If you have something to say, you can say it too.
Okay. Thank you.
You just gotta scream really loud.
No, it's right there.
Yeah.
My voice is always booming.
Well, Kai needs to scream.
I'm not a very loud person.
That's right. The microphone is right there.
That's fair.
Just move a little bit closer to it. You see Scott practicing his swing. It's like a golf swing.
Hey, that's what I was thinking the other day. It's like, you know, you line it up, get it right where you want it, and then you actually go to hit it.
But I think that's one of his weaknesses because
Oh,
he's
looks like Nathan's is holding his forearm for whatever reason.
He's probably sore.
Did he just hurt himself?
Anything can happen in air hockey, so
Yeah.
who knows?
I've been hit by a stray puck many a times and thrown mallets. I get hurt often while playing air hockey.
I get hurt away from
You
air
hurt
hockey.
people, Matt.
It's not my fault.
Most of my injuries come from Nate. He's
From
thrown
Nathan?
his mallet at me on more than one occasion.
Here we go. The break off. Nathan gets the first possession, but will he get the first point? We can see Scott. Oh my goodness! Look at that block. That block was beautiful from Scott.
Tries for the over.
Nathan blocks that over. Nathan going for the off goal shots now. It's a strategic move to get someone out of the way.
Oh, Jessica telling us Nate's actually has some problems with his arm.
Was it your doing, Jessica?
Oh,
Oh, nice grab from Nathan,
Yeah, was
but
that-
immediately loses it and then gains
Yeah, it
back the
sounds like
possession.
Oh, air hockey's a contact sport. Sometimes it is.
Oh, look at that first point from Nathan. Right wall thunder. Nice grab from Nathan. Get another right wall thunder.
Right after he's like, I'm not messing around anymore. He has his headband on everything.
His
headband
that
engaged.
7-6 last game scared him.
Oh my goodness, a rim out.
Oh, it
and now
stopped. What's happening?
The puck has
Needs to be
stopped.
sand.
Yep, now it gets sanded.
Beat him in 2 games.
Here we go.
I wouldn't doubt Nate.
Another
Oh.
3 right wall unders in a row from Nathan. And Scott is not likely to block more of those.
I think that's Nathan's fastest shot is his right wall under.
I mean, he shoots some fast straights. He almost goes for it again. It almost worked. It missed just slightly. Nathan scoring that
Wow.
cross now. It is 0-4. Nathan is just shutting Scott down right now.
Yeah, I think this last game scared him, and now he's
Left
dead.
wall under.
Oh my gosh.
So Nathan is kicked up into a higher.
Oh, look at that!
Oh my God!
Let's
Did you
have
replay that?
Replay it.
That's
Let's
a hot- that
replay that. So Nathan did a cheeky double wall, and Scott just barely blocks
He
it.
just wedged his mallet in there and trapped the puck. He's
All right,
like,
we have somebody asking where do they sign up for the state tournament? Where do we sign up for the state tournament?
There is a QR code. Where is that QR code?
It's on our Facebook.
Facebook.
There's a QR code on our Facebook.
Yeah, and we pinned it to the featured section.
So go to the American Air Hockey League Facebook and click on featured, and it should be right there.
Nathan just throwing out a flurry of shots, very strong shots, mind you. These are super strong, but they are just missing like centimeters from the goal.
Is that QR code also on the Discord?
Yes, the QR code
Yeah.
is on
Yep.
the Discord, but look at the shot
Discord,
Scott took.
Facebook.
It right wall over
Ooh.
on Nathan. And Nathan
This
scores that cross.
Is
Oh.
game point to 1. Nathan is just thoroughly trashing.
Oh my goodness!
Game point 2.
Scott fooling Nathan out of his comfort zone. Scores a second point, and he brings it to the center line. Stops it for a second. The pressure is on for Nathan, but he loses the puck. And now
I
Nathan
think
is
Scott
on
is
the
trying
offense.
to draw Nathan out.
Oh, and there's
there
that
it is.
final shot.
7-2. That is
Final
surprising.
shot replay is brought to you by Ruthless Real Estate. You see Scott block that cross, but Nathan immediately follows up with a right wall under. Scott looks defeated in his own place.
That is quite the spanking, I should say.
I mean,
7-2. Having 6-6, 7-6 the last game, and then going to a 7-2 has got to be quite the mind job. Because you come out feeling 7-6. Okay, yeah, I can get that final win, and then you come out next game 7-2. You're like, what happened? Are you gonna fix that microphone?
Give me my own microphone.
Yeah.
Again.
I'm trying to come up with solutions. I don't want no problems. Nathan laughing at the comments about the ruthless dictator. Let's see if Nathan jumps.
Do I sounded alright?
It sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like
It sounds better
gravelly.
now that my throat's cleared.
Oh yeah, it sounds better now.
Okay, it was my throat, not the
Yes.
microphone. Yay!
It sounds good now. Spec is jogging back to make sure that we can make it in time. We're plus 27, 28, 29 seconds. What took you so long?
Yeah, man, what the heck?
I was fixing stuff.
Can I have some of your sour balls?
Like small green sour balls?
Yeah.
Do you not like the kiwi ones?
No, not so much. I mainly like your citric acid.
The citric.
Yeah.
Actually, can I have one too? It seems interesting.
They taste more appley.
Yeah, that is more apple.
Limey. Limey.
I can't tell what that is.
Oh,
honest.
lost a mallet.
Nate has a bad habit of throwing his mallet.
Scott is so energized, he just knocks the mallet out of Nathan's hand. Nathan's just so wired, he's shaking. Oh, and it goes into his goal, and that's what you
look
get.
at that.
Nathan's so tense. Scott gets first possession, first goal, and gets the left wall over
Nate ties it up immediately.
right from the get. 1-1.
Oh,
Another left wall over. 2 in a row.
Nice left wall over.
Those are so deadly.
Man, Scott's been trying to do some transition game.
Ooh.
There he goes. He got one.
Look at that one.
Oh,
He's been trying to get that shot the whole game so far. Oh, missed. Nathan trying to go for a fourth. Missed in the last two.
will be the fifth.
Off goal.
Oh, now it goes to the right wall now. And now
I
Scott
think
taking a little
Scott's
breather.
head's back into the game.
Oh my goodness.
I thought that went in.
Yeah, so did I.
A little cheeky back of the mallet shot from Nathan, and he hits it onto the cut side.
Oh, everybody can relax. Amanda's here, guys. We know where she's at now.
Who's Amanda?
She says she's sorry she's late, but she's here now.
Okay.
Nathan gets a good cross in.
Well, we got a
There
double.
it is. I
We
just heard it
got
drop.
a double feature match today, so
Woo!
there's still more
Look at
show
that.
to come.
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness, those left and
Nate,
right
this is going
scores
fast.
right now. Back-to-back
Game
scores.
three.
It is 6-3. Will Nathan get this final shot? Oh, and he scores on himself.
Or no, it was a Scott score.
Nathan trying to get that double wall in.
Double ball is it's a tough one.
Alright. Let's see. It's Scott. Nathan is trying to manhandle that puck. Going for brute force at this point. No strategic moments. Just straight raw air hockey right now. Oh, and there it is.
7-4.
Final point goes right into the Scott's cut side.
Now, it seems like Scott is having to rebuild from the very start of the game.
Yeah, you see his downfall was like he was trying to reset, and that's when Nathan strikes him down. Looks like he's talking about his elbow.
Well, Jessica was saying earlier that it happened after their challenge match last Friday, I think she said.
Oh, that when
Right on.
Jessica got really mad and like beat him.
I don't,
Domestic abuse.
that doesn't sound
Yeah.
okay. So it doesn't sound like Jessica, but
Oh, during the domestic abuse. I see. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Joke. JK.
I'll talk to you.
But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how good he's doing right now, despite all of that.
Can you believe it's already set point and match point?
No,
You can see Josiah's dad. We're recording the
happening?
cameraman right now.
Really, he
That's
took it
always
2
fun.
minutes.
I don't think there's the 2 minutes.
This is already a set game.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, time just flew by.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nathan is just spanking him, just putting him over his legs and just going at it.
I didn't think Scott disrespected him that bad.
I can't
Well,
remember right now, but he's
There we go.
Scott with the headband
Oh,
change.
I think dude, Scott's been going through headbands like nothing right now. Is he just like
Was he? Are they becoming saturated and just changing them out?
I imagine.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Nate put on his headband for the second.
Well, that makes sense. That makes
for this
sense.
set.
I think it's the pressure that Nathan's putting on him. He is just sweating so much from trying to think what can he do to win a game against Nathan.
Jessica, it's too late. I'm already here. All right, who's gonna win this face-off? Potentially last face-off of the whole match.
Nathan's been one to win
The
face-offs a
headband
lot.
Nathan's final
You can see he's
form.
by his 5 against 2.
Nathan has evolved to his final.
But this
form.
might be the last face-off we might see.
You know, I don't even think that's Nathan's final form.
Oh, and there is his first
I think
possession
it's-
and
First
point.
goal.
I think his
Good
final
cross.
form. I think his final form is when the veins popping out.
Oh,
or
man.
something. That's
Hey
final
Nathan,
form.
you're looking very vascular today. Yeah, man, that's the look I'm going for.
You know when he's really into a game and vein, it's like all the way down his forehead.
Looks like Nathan is still going for that brute force tactic, and Scott is trying to do more of a
Oh, nobody did a poll.
strategic-
Well, it's kind of defeats
I mean,
the purpose now.
It's kind of one-sided for this game because you can just see Nathan just blowing Scott off his socks right now. Takes no effort in doing
I
any
think
defense.
he's blowing Scott off his socks because Nathan doesn't really have any socks.
He's wearing socks.
He's got those little tiny ankle socks.
It's the invisible kind that girls wear.
Oh gosh! Look at his serious face with his ankle socks. Imagine that.
I think it goes up to his heel. Oh my goodness!
Look at that. Those
It's
great
0-4.
shots coming from Nathan.
It's 0-4 right now. The no-show shots. Scott is trying
just 'cause you
to
can't
do
see 'em
whatever
doesn't
he
mean they're
can
not
to
there.
get at least 1 point in, but Nathan is just denying him of all chances.
Scott does not want to go out on a skunk.
look at Nathan's defense. He's just out
He's
there.
laid there.
He's
Just
laid
opposite
back
totally.
right now.
Everybody's holding their breath.
Oh, nice left wall block from Nathan, and now Nathan will try and do his shot after his diamond drift.
Good block.
By Scott.
Oh, it was really more diamond juice.
Try and do a
Isn't it-
forehand
isn't it
right
Nathan
now.
game
Oh my
without
goodness,
diamonds?
this is just too fast for Scott to handle. You can see right when he scored, right when he shoots, Scott resets.
The only thing that's changed is Scott's headband.
Is
So
Nathan a Dragon Boy? I don't know.
Oh my goodness, Nathan is on
Match
a roll.
point
This
0.
could be a 7-0, folks.
I really hope it isn't.
Oh, yes,
Let's go.
finally.
Nathan, look at his face. He is just disappointed.
And that's it.
There's the
There
final
it is.
shot of the whole
Nathan's
match.
spot.
Nathan was trying so hard to get that 7-0 in, but it did not come.
Yeah, it's Elder Scrolls reference to the shouts. Is that? Get wrecked, Nathan. Okay, so we're gonna go to the couch again, and we're gonna find out exactly what happened.
That was really quick.
Yeah, that was.
All of that power that Scott had built up in his camo headband, he just threw it away and put on his other headband.
Alright, well, are we ready to head
Re-
back up, head
yeah.
off the couch?
Mute. Mute.
Nathan, jump if Nubs can't beat you. Hey, Anthony, could you check on the mics real quick? Thank you.
Which mics? I know they can hear us.
Can they? Okay.
Because we're answering their questions. Oh, these mics?
Yeah, if you could just check, just in case.
Testing.
Man.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me right now? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
The headband is Nathan's final form.
I disagreed. I said it's the vein. It's when the vein pops out of your forehead.
With the headband.
Yeah.
He has those crazy eyes. My wife is up in here talking smack in the chat. Nathan's natural dragon fear effect on his opponents. I've been told that by almost every person that I'm really scary to play against. But like pro level players will not say that, but everybody else, every person at the arcade is like, he's really scary.
I disagree.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe that's why I do so well.
because you're not scared.
Get wrecked, Nathan. No 7-0. My wife says. In the air hockey bylaws, that's actually grounds for divorce. I don't know if she realizes. Oh man. We should have like Josiah and Spec, because our game's coming up right after this one. We should have them meet up on the couch and talk smack before the game starts. You know, like how like wrestling matches are like, oh, he's never gonna stand a chance. So,
They never sit on the same couch though.
that's true, because they're too close. They'll just start like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
We have to have them standing here with like cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Press conference. How do you guys feel that went?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know the outcome, but I mean,
There was still so many times that he was able to get shots through when I fully figured I knew where it was going to go. So his shots are getting much more deceptive than they used to be. And so when he's up there with his right hand and he's going to do the cross, I'm like, okay, it's definitely going to be the cross this time. I see it coming, I see his wrist motion, and then it turns into a left wall or some sort of right wall. And so it was aggravating on shots where I knew for a fact I would have put a money bet. If you like paused time and said, okay, what shot is coming, I would have bet a lot of money and been wrong, right? So he's got some really deceptive shots still. The crosses were really good against me. And he also plays a good fast game. Like I found that I was able to get you when you're transitioning between your left and right hand. I don't know exactly how many of those shots, but there was quite a few where I'm like, oh, I got him on the transition between hands. That normally doesn't happen. You've been really good about that. But I was playing more of a up defense against you. I can't do that against certain players, but with you, because you come up so close to the line, it brings me up. And so then if you shoot, then I'm able to shoot immediately afterwards, and then you're out of your defensive position. Right. But you also got me in a few of those where I swung and suddenly the puck's flying right back into my goal. So it was a very fun game. That's the thing. Normally it's like I either have to pick like a game that I want to have fun or a game that I want to really win. And in this one, it was so fast, like moving on both sides, that it made it fun, right? So there's so many things in chat that are fun to read through. Okay, what did you think about the game?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, somebody's asked war paint. I normally do wear war paint, actually. I'm going to actually start putting it on starting next challenge match. There we go. It's a tradition we have. But in terms of the game, I think it went really well. That 6-7, it's like I'm 95% certain it would have went in if I'd gone for the left wall instead of the cross. And I was like, I was just, that drove me nuts.
You would have.
Right there. It's like, just that last one.
I even thought I went over the line on that one. So like I jumped forward. I'm like, this is stupid. I mean, as I'm doing it, as I'm leaning forward, I'm like, this is really dumb. Why am I doing this? I'm leaving my goal wide open on this. The only way this will work is if he goes for the straight shot. Like, please go. And I mean, like halfway across, I'm like, please go for the straight shot. And then it worked. And I'm like, oh. And then I thought I went over. I had to look at the replay to check, and I'm like, oh, I was actually on my side. That was one of the few times I actually legit did it.
Did you hear us all yell Gerber?
I felt like... I'm like, George, he always thinks I went over. I'm like, this is one of those times.
I learned what a Gerber was today.
Yeah, I didn't feel as bad because of that, because you had your self-score, so I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, Matt made Gerber up. He brought that into the air hockey world. Did he
explain that?
It
was actually a foosball term.
Was
like,
it?
From like 20 years ago that we came up with.
Just bring it. Yeah, I was going to say just don't tell him that. Just bring it in and say you did it. No. Some
Well,
dude
there you
somewhere
go,
will say, wait a
spoiling the
second.
magic.
Yeah.
Tim Weissman made that up 30 years ago.
But today I'm feeling a lot better because my goal today was to have a new series of things to use on Nathan that will work, and that's occurred. That's happened. So
That was
up to this point, it was getting really frustrating because I couldn't figure out any new thing that would work. But this is so far so good. So
That kind of ties me into a question: was there anything that you guys learned halfway through the game that just started working? You know, like they always block here, so if I go here.
Yeah. For me, left wall overs. So I don't know if you noticed, like right after. So basically, right after that 7-6 in the second match, I'm like, okay, if I can start doing some left walls and left wall overs specifically, let's see if those work. Normally, they don't work against you because you block near the center when you pull back. And so I'm like, I'll see if it works and see what happens. And then they started to open up because you were blocking for the perfect under.
Yeah.
So I got some overs, and then when you started blocking for that, I got an under in. So that for me is one. I see somebody basically asked the same question in the chat. We got LOL22 saying, if you could change one thing you did this match, what would it be? And, you know, for me, it would be to not turtle against you. Every time I came back, you forced this really weird game style out of me playing forward, and I wish I told myself that at the start, just like, don't ever turtle against Scott. He does a lot of straights, like, go forward on him. Mm-hmm. What would yours be?
I would probably adjust. You know, honestly, I don't think there's a whole lot I would change. Mostly, it's just switching up what I'm doing more a little bit. But, you know, with challenge matches, I just have to stick with what's been working most of the time. I notice if I switch it up during the challenge match, it tends to throw the game off. So it's better, even if you lose, my opinion is it's better to stick with what is working at least a decent amount of the time versus changing anything, at least during a challenge match, you know.
Right.
Wait till the next Sunday or next casual match to practice changing stuff up or whatever.
I see some questions in the chat. Slinky Gaming saying that he thinks he can beat me. Well, let's bring it on. Bring it on, bro.
Put your money where your
I think
mouth
one of my
is.
favorite things is going to the arcade and people are like, oh, I could totally win. And I'm like, but you never practiced. To like random people come in. I'm like, I haven't seen you. We've been here for years. Like, I haven't seen your face unless you've been practicing. Are you native here? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, you know, good luck. These guys have been practicing a lot. And so what's funny is you see people come walking in and they think they can beat every single person regardless of how long they've been practicing.
Don't you have
for.
like a bunch of videos on the YouTube that have you doing that exact thing?
We ask them beforehand. We're like, hey, can we stream this? Can we have it on camera? But if you beat me, I'll give you $100. The only catch is we're going to put this on our channel. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah. I think my favorite one of those when I was walking up to random people asking them if I could play against them is this one lady was like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a pro player. You know, do you mind if we play? I'll give you $100 if you win. And she's like, no way. And she starts elbowing her boyfriend. She's like, didn't I just say this earlier? And he's all, yeah. And I'm like, what are they talking about? What? And she's like, I was just telling him, because we were playing earlier, I was just telling my boyfriend, like, wouldn't it be crazy to go against an actual pro? Like, I wonder how they play. And I'm like, you want to find out? And so we played. She didn't get any points. She was really nice. But then right afterwards, I walked up. I'm like, okay, so is that what you expected? And she was like, that's exactly what I expected. She was like so happy too, like legit happy. Most people are angry, right? But she was like super happy. She was like, okay, I know.
Now she has a goal to work towards.
Yeah. I will admit I was the same way. When I went to play in Texas, I was watching them play, but I'm like, I bet I could pull this off. I bet I could do this, right? They're not going to know my crazy sweet style, you know? so, and then I went and got my butt handed to me and then learned, okay, I have to put in the work.
Your style is really not good.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, any last questions in here before we switch to the game that I'm very excited to watch?
I had a
Spec
question for Scott
versus Flip.
What's that?
What did you think about Scott the Alley Cat Pirate shanty song?
Actually, I still have to listen to it. I will let you know once I hear it, though.
All right.
I will listen to it soon.
That's all I had.
Oh, we got Slinky Gaming saying, I think I can beat Nate whenever. Alrighty. Okay, how about in a few weeks in Houston at Worlds, my friend? You should go to the World Tournament.
I have something to mention. The thing with Nathan is to just not... basically just tune out the fact that who he is in terms of when you're playing
Don't
him.
worry that he's Nathan.
That's literally the most important thing playing Nathan, from what I've found across the board, period. Just tune out that it's him.
He ain't nothing.
Your game will be better.
as in like
in terms of like, you know, who you are, your status, your rank, your skill level.
Gotcha.
Tune all that out and just focus on the game.
Some
That's it,
people
just every
put
shot.
stock in that for some reason and think it's something important, but it's really not. You're just a regular
Yeah.
person.
I think that works in both ways too. So, at Worlds, I played against a really high-ranked player, and it got in my head. Just the fact that they were a high-ranked player. I was intimidated. I was beaten before the game even started. And I lose. I was so close to winning. I was ahead at the start. Then I lost, right? Fish story. And then right after that, I play against somebody. I had no idea who he was. It was Anthony Marino's son. And I didn't know who he was, though. I had no idea. I see his name. I remember looking at his name on the chart and being like, oh, I don't know who he is. That means he's going to be bad. If he's not one of the greats of all time, I'm going to smoke this kid. And so I'm walking into the game. I'm angry that I just lost against him in the game, but I'm like, well, at least I get to smoke this kid. And I beat him the first game, okay. Then he destroyed me the second game. I mean, just forehand shot after forehand shot. And I was, like, livid. I was so angry because it's the same. What I'm saying is you can get in your head because they're way better than you. And you can get in your head if they're way worse than you too. If you think they're worse than you and they start winning, then you go, how is this possible? Can they possibly be beating me? I can't be beat by someone like this, right? In every anime ever. So it's,
See me talk about anime a lot these days.
I know, I've been watching a lot, so I'm like, I can't be beat by someone like this. Oh, there he is. Oh, he ran. He's allergic to the table.
It is about to begin.
I don't even know if they can see this screen actually. All right, guys, I also want to just give a giant shout out to everybody who watched today. Thank you so much for supporting the American Air Hockey League. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sharing this with your friends, liking and subscribing, and posting in the chats. It means a lot to us. This is sort of a fun startup here in Idaho, but we're part of a much larger group, the USAA, who's having that big world tournament coming up. Thanks to Ruth Kmiecik for sponsoring us. Thank you to Right Now Heating and Air Conditioning for sponsoring us. And I'll see you at the next game.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
To make your spec prophecy come true? Wordle prophecy.
All right. The next game is going to be coming up in just a second. We have a 75% win rate in the poll for the Spec versus Josiah game, Peter Kai versus Josiah. Peter Kai is rated at number 3 in Idaho, and Josiah is rated at number 8. So, Spec has a lot of experience on Josiah, but right now the poll that everyone thinks that Josiah is going to win. Spec, you're sitting right here. Not supposed to be on commentary, but how do you feel like this game's gonna go?
Josiah is a pretty tough opponent. You see, he won from the switches.
There's someone at the door for you. Okay.
Well, now he's not here to talk crap about him. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. I think I got everything going good. I'm not getting my support, but there's only one person in here that gives me so much support, and that means so much to me. What? Who was it?
It's a door-to-door sales. and
You should have them sponsor us.
I have a sign on the door. It says, unless you are selling Girl Scout cookies,
sponsor us,
GTFO.
Girl Scouts cookies.
Yeah. Actually, that happened the last time. Somebody came to the door and they were trying to sell solar. And there's a big old sign there. It's like, no solicitors, right? And I said, hey, buddy, now is it's your lucky day. If you are able to beat me in a game of air hockey, I will buy solar from you. And he's like, whoa, okay.
he's like, I go to the girls and boys club, so you know, just letting you know. Like, and I said, okay, well, good luck. We'll see how this goes for you. And I still don't have solar. So if you're out there and you're a solar salesman, you come on by, play a game. We see Josiah practicing right now against David. Both these guys actually are 14 years old and are upcoming players here in Idaho. Still 75% chance that Josiah... Oh, it just changed. Nope, it changed back. Change it back and forth. They got 75 roughly. 60, 70 right now. Go ahead and throw in the poll right this second who you think is going to win this game. Thanks for dropping a chat in there. Thanks for sharing this. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a ton to us. We have some exponential growth happening right now because we just started and it's just exploding. Josiah actually just won the video contest. We had a contest to see who could make, you know, the best video, and he made one of himself. We were thinking he was just going to use some, you know, bits and pieces of other gameplay, but he made one of himself. We posted it on YouTube. It got 200 views. We posted it on Instagram, and it has 1.2 million views, which is incredible. Our other highest video is like 20,000 views. So the fact that Josiah was able to pull off the #1 video that we have, and I'm 90% sure it's all because of the cat in the video. He's showing a training montage, and then randomly it shows him just petting a cat. It's really funny. So go ahead and hop over to our YouTube channel, and which you're on obviously right now, and you can take a look at the video that he posted there as well. See, Josiah's got the AirPods on, which means he's hopefully going to ignore his competition. Josiah likes to get in his own head quite often and starts getting really goofy. The thing though is that Spec, you know, Peter Kai, we call him Spec, he doesn't usually try to get in the other opponent's head. He keeps it all on the table. We got Vi in the chat as well, rooting for Josiah. You know, that's a sad part of this game is that I'm 90% sure that everybody in the chat's rooting for Josiah right now. I think we've got only one rooting for Spec. Everyone likes to root for the underdog. I also am going to be rooting for Josiah this game. You know, I hope he wins this one. It would be a massive upset, right? He would jump a lot of ranks in Idaho. It would push Spec down quite a few ranks. Right now, even in a practice, he's losing to David pretty heavily. David's doing really well. Watch David's wrist. Like, he's been working on his wrist motion, so it's really hard to read his wrist motion. Everyone's rooting for Josiah. They're saying, go Flip right now. The reason why we call Josiah Flip, if you'll notice, if he takes a step back, actually, maybe I can switch the cameras. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see it. Nope, not there. If you look down, and there's Dad as well, they're just a flip-flop family, right? You can see as soon as he kicks back. There it is. Ah, there it is. Oh, he's listening. He's listening live, which means he has a 30-second delay. And so, and he refuses to wear tennis shoes. Apparently, he never wears them anywhere. And so, you know, we've tried to talk him into wearing tennis shoes. So if he wins this game, not only will he beat the #3 in Idaho. Oh, nice shot. Actually, I believe Spec right now is rated at #2 in Idaho. He's #3 in the American Air Hockey League. So he'll not only beat the #2 in Idaho, but he would also beat the #2 in Idaho while wearing flip-flops. Fluffy Dragon Slayer says she feels like she's watching a nature documentary. This is amazing. Don't tap with the glass, it spooks the air hockey players. Crocky, look what we got here. We got an air hockey player in his natural habitat. I'm gonna poke him in the eye and see how he reacts. In the USAA guidelines, it actually states that you are allowed a game or two to actually warm up. A warm-up game is way more important than you'd think. My brother, who's not the best air hockey player at all, never practices, he knows that his best chance is my very first game. So he'll usually play me one game. If he wins, he's like, okay, I'm done, I'm not playing anymore, and he runs off, right? I'm very prone to losing my first game.
That's exactly what I did.
Lose your first game?
No, beat you on your first game.
Oh, I was gonna say, what happens if we play each other on our very first game each? But now that answered. Matt, I saw something the other day that reminded me of you.
Oh, yeah?
It was called Schrodinger's Dilemma, and it shows a stormtrooper aiming at
I love that
a
one.
red shirt from Star Trek. What would happen?
Nothing. There would be a miss and the guy would die.
I was just about to say exactly a ricochet or something. I'm really excited about this game.
Do you realize that I am Josiah's biggest fan right now because you're in Kai's spot.
I know.
I have a microphone. I have this one.
Are you sure you want to use that one?
You should be in Spec's spot.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab another chair. So there can be so many commentators.
Why can't you sit right here?
Oh, Spec's not gonna be playing.
No, because he's going to be playing.
Somebody got on it.
Shift to the right.
I'm gonna move over.
Because I'm in charge of replays 8.
You're in charge.
Oh gosh, these headphones are too. Oh no, I found the adjusters.
Yep, and your
You're
volume's
in
right
charge
here.
of everything. Would you like some of Spec's sour balls?
They're okay. They're not really
No.
sour.
We went on a backpacking trip and he brought those. And these
so you know what they're all
These
about.
are amazing. The kiwi candy, amazing. We need to get sponsored. So we've got
By Lofty
we've got
Pursuits.
Mizuki working at a candy
Sees
store.
Candy.
Yeah, and so I want to get sponsored by them, but not for finances. I just want product. I am totally okay with just being sponsored by a chocolate company.
I think I can get you sponsored by Choudhary from Belgium.
Check. Oh, it's a little fuzzy.
It is a little fuzzy.
Why?
Because of connector.
Check. It's a little better, I guess.
It's still a little fuzzy, a little feedbacky. Does it help if I hold it further away? It doesn't
Sometimes
not
I just
like it.
lean into it.
Is that what you did on your camping trip?
Is it better for closer or further away?
Closer.
For your voice,
Closer.
closer.
Yeah.
Closer. Okay.
And what I'll do real quick. So we need some good like waiting music in between games. So everybody
Ooh.
watching right now, throw us in the chat what you think should happen in between challenge matches. We need to have like some sort of crazy intermission. Maybe like
Elevator music.
Yeah.
We should call it Muzak.
Music.
elevator music.
How about my last name's music, just Kai Music?
So Kai, who are you going to challenge?
I don't know because I don't know. What are the standings right now?
Oh,
Yeah,
can
Matt's-
we pull
I can bring 'em
can
up.
we pull up the rankings.
So you're not ranked super great because you haven't played a bunch this year.
No,
and
I
so
have
it used
not.
to be number 7 in Idaho, the number 1 female player in Idaho, and
No, I was 8.
I thought you got 7.
No, I was
Oh,
8.
I was 7.
Yeah, and then yeah,
I'm not 7 anymore, so sadly.
no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe if I turn.
It's the cable.
I was gonna say that it does not help if I turn myself down, so never mind.
No, it's not that. It's under featured.
I'm so excited about this game though. So
This is gonna be
Spec,
pretty fun.
is this the game where Spec loses? Because here's the thing, all Josiah needs to do right this second.
And this is Idaho?
This is AAHL.
So everybody in orange is out of Idaho, so you can discount them for Idaho rankings. But if you're counting AHL, then you count them. So I have a feeling that I mean Josiah really only needs to win 1 or 2 games to throw Spec way off, right? Spec's like, I got this game.
I was putting 15th.
I think so. Like I said, you haven't played much, right?
On account of your ranking?
I don't recognize half these names.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
You've been gone for too long.
I have.
Here, why
Well,
don't you take this one and I will share this with Matt.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna share? Oh, my voice is pretty booming, so.
Oh, but you get to work camera. All right, we got the first possession for Spec.
We've started?
Just started yet.
Okay.
First point goes to Spec as well.
Josiah's got them tricks up his sleeve for the left-handed player.
Kai, would you mind being the camera person?
Camera, I can do that for us.
Thank you. Spec is already off to the first lead. Oh, he's got
Switching back to Josiah.
3-1 lead now.
Two Andrews?
We do have 2 Andrews. One of them has been out since Sam left. Oh, it's now 5-1.
Spec with his celebratory fist in the air.
I'm telling you though, I think what he's expecting. He's expecting this to be fun. Like, look at Spec's face. He's just kind of like having fun. He doesn't see Josiah as a threat yet, which I think is a mistake. And so all Josiah has to do is prove that he's a threat, and it's gonna throw Spec way off.
Oh yeah.
That's what I did. The mistake I made with Scott is I did not take him as a serious threat, and then all of a sudden he became a threat.
There we go. There we go.
And then I lost.
All right, Matt, I am definitely rooting for Josiah. Do you want to root for Spec, or do you want to switch roles?
No, because if Josiah wins, then I get launched into second place.
Okay, so you want to root for Josiah and I root for Spec?
Sure.
Okay.
You dirty Spec supporter.
I'm taking a neutral stance on this one.
I feel so dirty.
Because I agreed. Spec doesn't see Josiah as a threat yet.
Oh no! That was the match-winning or the game-winning point right there.
I'm gonna take a neutral stance because I think this could go either way. Because you're right,
Okay,
Spec
Switzerland.
doesn't see Josiah as a threat yet, and I think that we've always said like cocky people lose because they don't try their hardest, and Spec's not trying his hardest, and Josiah sees that and takes advantage of it. I think Spec could be in for some trouble.
I mean, so now that I'm on Spec's team, Spec's been practicing like crazy, right? He walks around the arcade. He challenges people for $100. He kept one of those little counters, like you push a button and it just goes up by 1 point in his pocket to count how many games that he's played. And I don't even remember what it was last, and it was months ago, and I asked, I think it was around the 400 mark.
Oh, jeez.
And so he just is constantly playing. He wants to be the best. He's not stopping with just me either. Like, he wants to get well past me. He wants to be number 1 in the world.
Wait. Is that the theme to Pokemon?
He's got to catch all the points. He wants to be the very best that anyone's ever been.
Yeah, really the only person he ever loses at the arcade is me.
It's true. Oh, he's coming here though.
Oh.
What did you do?
What are you doing? He's clicking buttons, guys.
You're so bad. Why can't you push the buttons? You're right next to it.
Do you need a real finger? His fingers are so wrapped up he can't press the buttons on the screen. Hey, would you send in one of the guys to work cameras so we could just comment?
I'm getting about as distracted as Nate is.
Anthony can do it.
Sorry.
You're holding up my
Send
game.
in Anthony or David. I'm pretty sure David was pretty good at it. I think. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been here.
I had one job and I failed at it. I shouldn't have changed chairs. I could be blaming this all on Matt right now. Speaking of which, if you're in the area and you would love to volunteer and help us out, we could use all the people we get. It takes an entire team to run this stream.
Wait, what happened to the yard sale girl?
Yard sale girl?
Yeah, I went to a yard sale and we bought a bunch of stuff, and we mentioned the channel and she's like, I want to do that. She was like so enthusiastic, and then she disappeared forever.
We're heading off in the second game.
Spec gets first possession. Goes for the cross, it's deflected, then gets it with a cut.
Spec always has that look of great anticipation.
His shots are so tactical. Each one. So right there, it's a cut. Right there, it's another cut. Right, but he's doing an off goal. Then he goes for the cross, another cut. He's not. He's trying to set him up with those shots. A forehand off goal, another cut.
Miss.
And so he's capable of every shot. Ooh!
Ooh.
Wait, I'm not rooting for Josiah. What am I saying?
You guys had the same octave right there.
They're harmonized.
So.
Ooh, that was so close.
Yeah, goes again for that off. Oh, beautiful forehand.
He's pleased with himself. You see his face?
That was a shot that I could not do today. Oh,
Off
great
speed.
left wall over from the left hand. I love it.
Oh,
lost a mallet.
We're throwing mallets.
Man, I should have gotten a replay of that. That flew.
Mallet is so slippery out of his hand. That's coefficient of friction is so low.
We lose more volunteers that way.
This is a dangerous game even when you aren't playing.
Spec gets possession. It's right now 2-2 tied up. Ooh.
I think Josiah's feeling the gravity of his situation.
Yes.
He's getting a lot more serious. Spec gets him with the cross. You can tell Spec, he's not putting his all into this game right now.
I want Josiah to kick him up to the next level.
Exactly, and I mean that's going to require Josiah winning a few games, not just one. A beautiful shot.
I'd give Spec another 2 goals before he realizes he needs to step it up.
I don't think he's even gonna care if he loses a game. He'll just keep plugging away.
It's now 4-4. Josiah loses the lead he's had, or it's now tied up at least. Score of the last game, remind me, it was 7-4?
Something like that.
I think so.
Josiah gets possession.
Oh, why did you throw it away? Too fast.
Got it back again
Set it
really
up.
quick though. Spec blocks. Josiah goes for the cross. It's blocked. Spec gets it back. Goes for an off speed. Oh, I love those shots. Spec does that from the back of the mallet. I don't know if you're seeing that, where he'll hit it from like the oh, good shot. He'll do it from like the 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock mark on his mallet, rather than at the very top.
It's like 5:37.
5:37.
Oh, okay. Josiah gets him with a cut.
Left-handed cut.
It's now 5-5.
Oh no, Josiah.
That puts Spec a game point.
Spec immediately steals possession.
Oh, and Josiah takes it right back. That's a very nice save.
No setup. Spec good with the delay shots. Tries to shoot an off goal forehand.
Josiah gets possession and scores it.
Game point, game point.
Game point either way. Spec goes for forehand. Brings it up. Goes for forehand. Almost loses possession. Again. Goes for a cut. It's deflected. Goes for another cut off speed. I bet right wall under right here. Got it. I knew it. I knew it. He was set him up with the cuts and gets him with the right wall under. And that's what I'm saying about Spec. He's a very tactical player, right? So he did 2 cuts. So Josiah's going to naturally lean toward it. And then he got him with the very fast.
Look at that big smile on Josiah's face after he's like, "Oh, you got me!"
I know. I mean, and that's the worst. When you get set up for a shot like that, you just know it. You know right off the bat. Oh, sorry. I got it. I'll do it.
You're so terrible.
Yeah, I picked up on my camera work. Come on, Nate. Changing the
I
angles
am
every 2
fully
seconds.
doing my job over here. What's going on?
Your current job is to sit there and eat Spec's candy, Matt.
I'm doing it. What's up with the replays? Spec looks different these days on the replays. Oh, okay.
Matt, how you feeling about Josiah winning at this point?
I think he's gonna get those jitters out and make a miraculous comeback. Take it out to Game 7. What do you think? Look at the poll, man. Josiah's the people's choice.
It's true. It's 60-40 right now. Josiah winning in the polls.
Oh wait, I need to vote.
I voted, and I voted for Spec.
Let me change the values for this.
What was the score in game 1?
I have voted now.
7-4.
Voted for Josiah.
It's the people's choice.
It is the people's choice. But will it be the game's outcome?
Destiny. Manifest destiny.
That came out a lot better than I thought it would. It's like, is it the game's outcome? I was gonna say the game's choice, and I changed it last second. I think that sounded great.
What?
Well, when I said like it's the people's choice, but is it the game's outcome? I almost said it's the people's choice, but is it the game's choice? And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right.
Not only is Spec a great player, but he's also fantastic at running the stream.
Look who got first possession.
Ooh, Josiah got first possession, but can he score first point?
He can, but will he?
I believe him. If I can get
Slow
through a
down,
sentence without
Josiah.
stuttering.
What's the shot of the week?
Double wall.
Double wall.
Double wall.
Good thing I did 0 of those in my game.
You did not do 0.
You tried those a lot,
Doubles?
or at least you.
Oh, and first
That's a
point.
1-2. Josiah gets first point.
I'm definitely not going to play you the week that garbage shots are the shot of the week.
Alright, so we're 1-1 now. All tied up.
Seems that the score machine
I
is
got
not working.
Score machine's not.
Thanks, guys.
2-1. 3-1. 3-2.
3-2. Nate, what's happening?
I know. I'm fixing it right now.
Four-
It's now
4-2.
4-2.
There we go.
I have to do this real quick so that we can get these scores going.
Oh, 5-2?
5-2. While they're doing this, we can see that. That shows Josiah. That's going to show Spec. Has won 2 games at the top. They're 2 games to 0. Beautiful shot. It's now
Big
game
2.
point to 2. Spec on fire right now. Josiah does get 1 more point here.
I think Josiah needs to slow down just a tad and set his shots up a little bit more.
Yeah. Good shot. It's now 6-4. Spec is working on his forehands. Oh, Josiah comes back 6-5.
Josiah might be tied. I think Josiah might be able to tie this
Spec
up.
loses possession.
Oh, gets it right back.
There he
Oh,
gets it
there
with the
is.
cross.
Now Josiah's in a pretty tight spot now, having Spec up 3 games to 0.
Spec being number 3 in the American Air Hockey League and number 2 in Idaho. I mean, in this case, I was actually surprised when Josiah challenged him because it's sort of like when you shoot for the king, you better not miss, right? And so right now he can't afford a
Well,
miss.
in this case, he's shooting for the jester, so you better not miss. Wait, yeah, that's right. King, queen, jester, right?
King, queen, jack.
Jack?
Isn't jack
That would
something
make
knight?
me the
Isn't that a
jester.
knight?
I think it's queen, king, ace. What's going on right now?
I don't know.
No, ace is either 1 or above the king. Well, kind of.
Well, in your scenario, that makes you the
We've got
joker.
62% in the poll, still saying, even after game 3, it's still, everyone's saying that Josiah's going to win this.
Well, once you vote, and you can't go back and change it. It won't harm his ranking too much. He'll just lose a few ranking points. Unless somebody's very, very close to him, it should be fine.
The question was, does it harm Josiah's rank if he loses, and not by much? No. It would harm Spec's rank if he lost this one.
Which is what I'm hoping for.
What did I do wrong this time?
Hey, Spec, why don't you make it interesting?
I did, like last game. I let him catch up.
People are demanding they want to
Let
see.
him catch up. That's.
Spec said he let him catch up. I think it's one of my least favorite things about Spec is if he's beating you, Matt, he'll be like, I'm better. And if he's losing to you, he goes, I'm just letting Matt catch up.
I mean, whatever you gotta tell yourself, right?
No, Spec's amazing. Him and I just went backpacking a few days ago, and it was awesome. He is... What?
Oh, what's happening?
That's what happens when the scorekeepers hit the wrong button, and that's all right.
We can still see them. Look at their little figures right there.
Yep.
Here we go. Back to it. Oh.
2, or no, it's 1-1 now.
I blame Anthony.
Is Anthony on scorekeeping or is it David? Because it was David for Nate and Scott.
I don't know, man. I don't work at a bank.
Anthony's most likely scorekeeping. He's actually fantastic at scorekeeping.
Oh, that should have
He's
gone
really quick
in.
at it. Who got first possession on this one?
I think it was Josiah.
Josiah got first possession again, and he gets another point. 2-1 now.
Nate, what's happening with the scores at the bottom?
Woo! Okay. Spec starts to reevaluate, goes for the right wall over, goes for the cut, goes for the right wall under, loses possession. Spec sets it up, goes for a double wall, cut. He's not really hitting the shots. A lot of these shots are missing right now. Goes for another cut shot, sets it up, goes for the cross, goes for the right wall under. Josiah gains possession. Josiah's going really fast. Yep, loses possession. Spec takes advantage of that.
Not really.
Yeah.
I felt good saying it though. The man, the myth, the legend.
Loses possession.
You know, Josiah's actually had a lot of possession time this round here, this game. Spec rushes the puck and it pays off. He gets possession with it.
Oh, and then he immediately loses it.
The curse of the commentator.
That is the, we do need the sound effect. The wah, 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 wah. Awesome shot there. And again, now tying it up. You know, Josiah had a decent lead. And already now he's facing himself with a tie game and with Spec with possession. Reminding everyone now, ooh, right wall under, that this is a set game right here. Meaning that if Spec wins this, he takes away the first set. Josiah needs to win this and the next 3 games in a row to take the first set away from Spec. And it's best 2 out of 3 sets. You know, it's kind of interesting today because what was Scott's rank today playing?
8, 9.
So he was trying to jump from 9 to 1, and Josiah's trying to jump from 8 to 3. So we've got 2 people challenging up today, but it's not even just a slight challenge up. It's not challenging 1 or 2 places. It's challenging quite a few. Right wall over from Spec. Beautiful shot. Very deceptive. You can see how he pulls it back. And then does a pump fake, and then goes to that right wall over. That was an excellent shot. Oh, no. Josiah is now looking...
Set point. Oh, he's getting...
Somehow he pulled that off. I don't know how that happened. Spec scores on himself. There it is with the final shot.
Set point.
Excuse me.
That was awesome.
That was
You
intense.
guys want to go out there and do the questions?
You can bet. I'm going to finish up right here. You guys can go beat them out there. That was fantastic.
No, I meant, do you want to go out there and do the questions on the couch?
Yes, I want to finish up with this though. Yeah, yeah.
Matt are arguing about who's coming out here.
Oh.
boys, since Spec's not here, just
Matt
go.
was like, all right, let's go. And Nate's like, well, let me finish this up. And Matt's like, why?
Well, Spec's not here, so both of you could go.
Yeah, there's 3 of us in there right now, though.
Oh. You got decided.
Josiah, what happened, man? We'll get the camera over here in a second, but what happened?
I don't know what happened.
You were playing so fast. I mean, like, we were watching it, we're like, oh no, he's playing too quick. He's playing too quick, and you were going, and then you like lose possession. You guys have really good shots though.
Yeah.
But you were playing right into it. He was like the spider, and you were like the fly, and you're like dee-dee, right to the web, right? He like so he plays really good when you start playing that fast game. Slow that thing down. Take your time on that shot. Really aim it. Like take your time on it and smash it in there.
Okay.
Yep. Set him up. I mean, I remember that where it was 6-6, right? And he goes for the cut, goes for another cut, and I'm like, I bet he's gonna do the right wall. Then he right wall, and I'm like, oh no! And so,
because I'm blocking the cut now, and then.
Right. So you need to do the same to him. You need to set him up, right?
Okay.
You need to tell him a story, right, on the table. So tell him the story of what you're trying to do, and make him fall for that, and then sneak attack kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's going for that cut. He went for another cut. Went for another cut. And I'm like, oh no. He's telling Josiah's story. He's like, once upon a time, I'm gonna do the next shot as a cut, and you're like, okay. And then he's like, psych, right wall under.
Yeah.
So, my question for you then is, what are you gonna do different this next set coming up?
I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do different.
You're not sure?
No.
All right, guys, in the chat, tell him what to do different in the chat. I will say I didn't see you getting distracted at all, which is huge. You took on one of the kings of Idaho here. And so I actually want to ask you about that. Like, what drew you to going up against Spec?
I just wanted to play someone to get my rank up, and I wanted to challenge someone better than me, so.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
I was actually telling somebody, they're like, who do you think's going to win? I'm like, Josiah has a better win rate against me than he does Spec. I'm like, I'm not sure why he didn't challenge me instead. Like, you've beaten me at the arcade, you've beaten me here. I'm like, why didn't he challenge me? He challenged Spec, though.
Well, because I knew you were going to play Scott today. So
okay, I get you.
That's what you should have, because he would have been tired from Scott's game and had to jump in the game with you. You're all geared up. You're ready to go.
So
well, I mean,
your style works. Your style works better against me. Your style works really good against me because of your left wall overs and unders, and that bringing it up for that cross. It doesn't work good against Spec because he plays against that style a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But so I was like, oh man, you chose the wrong dude because he's brutal. I mean, you're seeing that. You haven't really played him, have you?
No, that's what I was about to say. Like, I haven't really played Spec a lot. I think I've played him like a couple times at the arcade and like a set here, and that's it.
And that's the thing, when you're watching, and this goes for everybody watching, when you're watching somebody play a pro game, everybody will say, oh, I could totally beat that person, right? We see it in the chat all the time. Oh, I could beat that person, easy peasy. It looks so simple until you're against the person and you're like, how did they get that shot in? Why can't I block anything that they're shooting?
Yeah.
Why can't I get a shot in on them? Why are they blocking everything I'm shooting, right? And so it's at that point. So now that you're against him, what's your take? If you were to tell someone about how he plays, if you were to give advice to somebody right now on how to beat Spec, what would you tell him?
Look at the entire table when you're blocking. Yeah.
Where are you looking? You're like,
I mean, after the game, I saw someone comment like, "What are you looking at? Are you looking at something?" I'm like, I don't know. Am I looking at something? Like, am I even looking at? I don't know where I'm looking. I'm just like sometimes I look at the wall. I don't even notice. I feel like I'm playing, but yeah.
You're one of the highest ranked, youngest aged players in the American Air Hockey League. So you got a lot of eyes watching you. I mean, even still right now in the poll, you can see that you're still winning in the poll 59 to 41%. Everyone is rooting for you right now. I mean, you got a lot of people in chat rooting for you right now. Spec, give him your weaknesses, man. Like give him all your secrets. What's your deepest, darkest secret? What could he do to beat you right now?
He can't beat me.
Oh! Ouch! That's a secret. He gets cocky, Josiah. Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna jeopardize my game right now.
maybe after next after 2 sets.
After
Yeah,
2 sets?
Yeah, after this set, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give you some hints.
So Josiah, he's the bad boss in every anime I've ever seen, and I've seen
Well,
at
you've been
least
watching
one.
a lot of anime because that's Jessica.
And every bad guy gets overly cocky, right? And they're like, "There's no way they can beat me, not by the likes of you," right? And then you'll do some crazy fast thing. You're gonna like, get concentrated, do some amazing shots, and then suddenly you'll be beating him. Like, what? I can't be beat by this kid? What's happening? And his eyes will bug out of his head. So my point is,
that was what Matt did when I first played him at the arcade. He was like, what?
my point is,
Random
you
kid.
need like 2 solid wins, and you will get on his bad side, where he will start getting angry, right? And that's your chance. So, and that sounds dumb for me to say, to beat him, you have to start beating him. But you really need to like zero in, take your time on those shots, okay? Really focus on what shots were working, what shots weren't working on him, right?
Yeah.
Focus up on those, take your time, and then you'll have him being like, ah! I will say though, you have not at all unlocked the ultimate spec level yet. And I can say that by playing him for years now. He is playing you at a level right now. You have to push him to that level. You have to crush him and enforce that like boss mode out of him. This is amazing practice for Worlds, which is coming up.
Yeah.
So push him to that level. Take your time, make every shot count. Okay. Imagine when you have that puck, if you do not score a goal that shot, that your cat won't make it. The cat from the video, okay? So like you're about to hit it, and
really
you
like
look
that
over,
cat.
and your cat's about to like walk off the cliff, and it's like make the shot, and so you have to zero in that shot, hit it as hard as you can, as accurate as you can, and as deceptively as you can. Otherwise, cat's gone. So every single shot has to be that way. Don't just give away a shot, right? Okay, what do we got in chat here?
Matt's talking smack. That's what's going down in chat.
Matt's talking smack. All right. If there's any questions, post them in the chat right now. I cannot read from this far. It is way too far for me to read the screen.
Get glasses.
Get
that might
good.
help.
Yeah, get glasses. I'm not gonna take smack from you. Win your game. You can talk smack. What's that, kitty? Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the questions right now. Now's a perfect chance to throw some questions in there, and then we'll start up the next set. Once again, shout out to Ruth Kmiecik for sponsoring this as the best real estate agent ever, and shout out to the Right Now Heating and Air Conditioning. Those guys are amazing. I wish I could explain how like nice they were in the house. They weren't just like, okay, we did the job. They were like, hey, I want you to come up in the attic and see it with me. And I walk up there and it's like 200 degrees, it feels like. I don't know how these guys were up there and surviving. It's 100 degrees outside. And he's just sitting there. He's like, all right, so here's exactly what we did. Here's all the pictures of the before and after. Here's everything. I loved it. I felt very confident in their work.
Okay, burning.
What questions do we got?
No questions so far.
No one asked a question?
Matt's saying slow down your game and set up every shot and do more crosses. That's what Matt says.
Andy is saying focus, capital letters.
Yeah.
And now Matt is saying do some overs.
Yeah.
Yep, overs. Okay, so there's 2 shots that make Spec really mad, and both of those shots are the overs.
So there's only one shot.
Okay, I'm not kidding. If I do a really slow shot on Spec, whatever, like like an off goal. If he scores on himself, whatever. If I do a cut, cross, doesn't matter. Right wall under, left wall does not matter. If I do an over on Spec, he will actually say, I'll be like, overs! Like it's like I cheated. It's like I brought a gun to a knife fight. He'll be like, overs! And he gets like mad, like, how dare you fight dirty? Okay, so fight dirty and
Can't do overs on your table.
do some overs. What?
We have a question from Vi asking, what music does Josiah listen to?
I don't know. A random playlist.
Just a random playlist.
Is there something
What's playing right now?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I'm
You have
just
it paused?
Yeah, I have it paused and I'm listening to the
Okay, so
questions
in the
they're
chat, what should he be listening to? We need to give him
Anthony's
some
gonna
help.
say country music.
Oh,
Josiah, are you a Swiftie?
No, absolutely.
No Taylor Swift?
Absolutely not.
All right. Okay, that was going to be one of my pieces of advice. Not.
Matt,
unless she sponsors us. Just kidding.
Matt with a Matt has a question. Josiah, how do you feel about having a viral video that has more than 1.2 million views?
That's a great question.
I thought it was not going to get seen. Because the YouTube short is the second least viewed video, so I'm like, okay, it's not going to get seen at all, and then...
That's true. YouTube it's our second shortest or smallest
least viewed.
Lest they see it in thine video. And
And then on Instagram, it's more than what 10x, whatever our other highest videos are. It is kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, next question. What's your next viral video gonna be about?
Yeah, we'll get a full cat. Do you have just the one? I would say, do you have just the one cat, or is there more cats?
I had more cats than one,
but he kept missing those shots.
I think that's been done.
PETA is gonna be on us so fast. All right, we should dive into the next game. All right, guys. Any last words?
These lights make it so hot on the couch. Like it's burning.
Those lights are LED. They don't create much heat.
Then why is it so hot on the couch?
Because you are like inflamed. Because you just got whooped on.
Hey, I'm on the. There's a vent like right there. I'm doing fine.
Nice,
I need to sit on that side next time.
Spec, you need to grow out your hair so that right when you're
no,
sitting here.
because I'm on.
Like flown
on
in
the
wind.
camera. I'm on the right side.
All right. Well, we'll see you on the table. Good luck to you both. I have to start.
Remember,
I have to root
slow
for
it
Spec.
down.
I'm on Spec's team on this one because Matt's on yours, so I have to root for Spec on this one. So go Spec, crush him, kill his cat. All right, bye. Oh man, I'm excited about this next one. I will find out if threatening Josiah's cat will actually have any effect or not. We will find out right now his true love. He's got a really cool cat. It's like a Bengal. It's so cool. Guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Thanks for rooting for Josiah. Thanks for rooting for Spec. Thanks for taking the time to support us. It's been an amazing adventure. It's really fun just watching all the guys go to the arcade and practice and just be able to hang out. It's not nearly as much about the air hockey as you'd think. In fact, when people say that, hey Nathan, are you infatuated with air hockey? You're crazy about it. I'm actually not. I'm here for the community. I'm here for all the people that it's brought in, for the relationships that have been built by it. Not to sound cheesy. It's a fun game to play for sure, but when we all hang out, we don't even play air hockey that much. Right? A lot of time is spent hanging around, talking and laughing, having a great time. So it's fun, the people that this has connected me with. Game's going to be starting here in a second. Oh, Andy, I see that in the chat. No problem. It is an absolute honor to be with these guys. Spec, you better preload that headband. I'm loving these chats.
Says all the crap.
He does. I'm loving all these chats right now. 1.2 million views. If you guys haven't seen it, then it's a perfect time to go and take a look at that video. This next set's going to be starting right now. Josiah has to win not only the next 4 games, but he has to win that again for the next set. So Spec only needs a few games to win this.
He said he's gonna listen to us while he's playing.
Is he?
That's a really bad idea.
Yeah, that is a horrible
He would be
idea.
30 seconds, so by the time it airs on YouTube, because we're live streaming it, but there's still a delay. So if we're like, oh, he's Spec's about to do the right wall under, he won't hear that for 30 seconds, which is the difference of like 5 goals. So maybe if perfectly 30, if Spec just does the same thing every 30 seconds, then that would work. All right, they go for the break. It looks like Josiah gets first possession. Immediately Spec gets it back.
And back to Josiah.
Let's see, I'm gonna set it up. Ooh, a little tiny setup, and that's about it. What, do you think Josiah's gonna take to heart all this advice that he got?
His cat's on the line. He's got to.
So let's see how he hits this one.
Not the cat from the video.
It's the same cat from the video. Ooh.
The same.
Great cut from Spec.
Ooh, Spec fishes it out of his goal and
then
puts
gets
it into
again,
Josiah's goal.
2-0.
Cross. Cut, cross, cut, cross, cut, cross combo. Spec.
You know, it's hard because when you're playing somebody like Josiah...
Ooh, that was a good one.
Good shot. You're actively wanting him to win, right? You've seen how much he practices. Josiah has a table at
There's
his
that
house
over.
now. And so you actively want Josiah to win. Everyone's rooting for Josiah. Even Spec. I think Spec is the only one that's like, I don't care if he wins or loses, right? He's seen the amount of work that he's put into it. At the same time, though, it would not do him any favors if Spec went easy on him, right?
No.
So Spec's job is to absolutely crush him right now, especially because Worlds is coming up. It would not help Josiah if he went easy. They're not going to go easy on him at Worlds. Oh, that one fumbles in.
Is Josiah signed up for the Open?
He is. Or no, he's the not juniors.
They have a junior.
They do this year.
That's
they do.
what
There's
Xander
so
signed
many
up
people
for.
playing that they have a juniors. But the thing is that Josiah's past that. He would dominate that bracket.
If I had the money, I would go to Worlds, but I don't have the money.
We actually are we're doing an Airbnb this year, and so if you just get flights at this point, you can even stay in the Airbnb. There's quite a few of us staying in there right now.
Woo!
Nice
Doubt
cross.
my parents would
Kind of
allow
forget who I'm
that.
rooting for because that was a great shot. Spec gets possession, retains it, goes for an over, goes for a 1-2. Josiah gets possession back. See, like it's that he gets rid of it too fast. Look at the possession time when Josiah has it. It's a good point there. Good cross from Spec. Look at the possession time. 1,000. Oop, gets the goal. Okay, so Spec 1. Josiah about 1 second, 2 seconds, right? They have 7 seconds to set it up before they have to hit it across that line. They have to hit it. But
I take at least 3 personally.
right. So like look at Josiah 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Okay,
And
then
right
he hits
over.
it. It's maybe it's because he's listening to us and it's that 30-second delay. So now he's got it. But he needs to take. Take a good 5 seconds. Set it up. Take your time and then make that shot count. If you're about to hit it and you're feeling uneasy about the shot, then shoot an off goal, get the puck back, and recenter.
See, I've refed a lot of games, like our weekly tournaments, where you guys will take that full 7 seconds. Like I'm halfway through saying 7 in my head when it's
Ooh, Spec
shot.
scores on himself.
Nope, it's as soon as it hits 7 seconds. So you can go through 5, 6, and you have to shoot it before it hits at 7.0.
And then the first time it's a warning.
Yeah. It's now tie game, 5-5. See how long Spec is taking on those shots? 1,000, 2, 1,000. So
You
he's
say that
taking his
and
time.
then
He's setting him up. Yeah, sometimes you make a fast shot. I'm not saying that every shot has to be that way.
It shouldn't be that way.
But expect.
Oh my gosh! Good block out by Spec.
There it is with
It's
that cross.
game
That
point
cross
Spec.
has been working really well
and
against
we're at
Josiah.
Game point
And then
5
see
now.
Josiah goes for a double. That is not a well aimed shot. Loses possession, and he can't lose possession right now because it's right here at game point. And there it is.
And there it is.
What'd he go do under
He
the table?
crawled under the table from whence he came.
Wait, hold on. What?
No, he was grabbing something. But
Okay.
just from the camera angle, it made it look like
That's
he was like.
a rare. Usually,
See,
Spec goes cut side for the. Oh, that was cross side. Okay. Usually, Spec goes to the right side of the goal for his that drift that he does like that.
What do you think Josiah needs to do to win this one?
I think he really does need to slow it down.
He needs to slow it down and set up
Slow
your
down,
shots.
Josiah. I think he is a really good shot. He is, and
Yes, someone
But
can
he
have
does-
possession of the puck for too long. If you have it longer. Oh, did you already answer that question?
No.
yeah, no. So
If you have it longer than 7 seconds, you get a warning, and if you do it again, then game stops and the possession goes to the other player.
yes.
Am I allowed to listen to you while playing?
We think
There's
it's a bad
no rule
idea.
against it.
It could
I would
mess
sug-
you up.
I would suggest not to because there's a 30-second delay.
So you're
So if
so
I'm
you're
like,
hearing
oh,
us.
it's a cut, I bet his next one's gonna be a right wall under. You're not gonna hear that for 30 seconds later, which
So
is the
after
difference
the
of
shot.
Actually, it's
4
like
points.
10 seconds later.
But
I have
still.
nothing against it. Spec, do you have a problem if he listens in while he's playing? I think it'll throw you off more than it'll help, but go for it.
Okay. I'll try it for one game. If it throws me off, I'll just go back.
Okay. He's gonna be the first person in history to have Secret Service earbuds in and get 10-second delayed info.
Well, recently that might not be a great thing.
I was about to say maybe that's what happened is they had that 10-second delay too. This is not the time to joke about that, but it might explain some things.
Oh, you counted off the delay to 5 seconds. So.
But that is the difference of 3 points. You've seen it. Someone scores.
Yeah.
A person pulls out scores. A person pulls out scores. So that is a difference of 3 points.
Yep.
And then after all that, we're all screaming in their ears.
Josiah, clap when you hear this.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8.
Yeah, there it is. 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
Yeah, so he's got a heck of a delay. All right, well, that's okay. I think this is going to throw him off. Yeah, I don't get you cut. All right.
So he just needs to slow down, set up every shot.
There it is.
Awesome. Good job, Josiah.
Do the cut cross combination.
Nice going, man.
And then when
but see, you're rooting for Josiah, and I'm rooting for Spec. Does that mean you get to be like good angel, and I'll be like the bad one?
I think we should not give him any advice. I think we can root him on, but I don't think we should give him any advice.
Great shot from Josiah there. It's already working. Even just us talking about him.
Give him his confidence boost.
Give him that confidence boost.
Yeah.
I think good cop, bad cop would be great. I'm like, hit it. Hit the right wall under. Do it. Hit straight to the goal. And Matt's like, no, Josiah, hit the over like I told you.
Yeah.
He's gonna get so. The thing is, he's too easily distracted, and now he's gonna be listening to this and getting even worse. Then again, we could hold him accountable when he gets possession again.
I mean, what would he do if somebody says, "I am a meat popsicle"? I mean, is he gonna react to something like that? I don't know.
He's doing good. 3-0.
Yeah, he's up 3-0.
He needs to keep a straight face.
He's already breaking. He can't handle it. All right, so see, and this is what I expected to happen. He should tune us out. All distraction. That's the point of wearing the earbuds.
And he drops it.
That was such a great shot.
So good, but as soon
cut.
as he hits, he lets go.
Count.
So yeah, that point does not count. The score on the table is going to say 4-1, but it's actually 3-1. That's a bummer. It was a great shot.
So that's a good cut cross combo.
Yeah.
He needs to stick to that, and then when that stops working, he needs to kill.
Oh, that Spec scores on himself. Okay, so for the next time that Josiah gets it, make the shot count. Make the shot count. Kitty. Oh, he gets it!
Yes.
His cat lives! 5-1 now. Spec now sets it up. Spec is now getting to that boss level mode where he's like, nope, I'm not going to let this happen.
Spec is not doing nothing right now. He's just looking.
You see it? He's not smiling. He's biting his bottom lip. That's what
was...
Spec does. You got to learn his tells.
Okay. Give him that delay.
Ooh. Spec goes for rapid fire, loses possession.
Oh,
and Josiah gets it. It's now 6-1. Josiah thinks he won it, but he did not win it. There's still another point. He prematurely is celebrating.
One of the famous examples of that is Jacob Griffith versus Nathan Buss at the weekly tournament.
Oh, and he thought he won.
Yep.
But there was still another game to go, and then he got so disappointed that he ended up losing just sheer out of like depression because he thought he won. He thought he won the whole thing.
Okay, here we go.
Round. This could be it.
The important thing here is not to rush it.
Spec loses possession. Josiah sets it up a shot. Oh, instantly fired back.
I think Spec has potential, obviously, to come back from this. But
no,
never mind.
There's the over. See, the overs work. The overs work.
Apparently, apparently we're better than Taylor Swift. That's all I'm saying.
Taylor Swift would know the first thing to do about air hockey.
Not the first thing? Like even
no,
just to hit the puck?
not the first thing. She would say all the single ladies.
Puts Josiah's.
That's not.
I'm pretty sure it helped.
Josiah's saying that it helped.
I'm pretty sure it helped.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure single ladies is Beyonce.
Oh, sorry. See, that's.
Just as for Beyonce.
What's the one where she? All the cops were lip singing to it.
I don't know. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan either.
Oh, okay. Well,
You just ask the chat. The chat knows everything. Have you guys ever noticed that?
Yeah, single ages is
The chat
I
knows
told you.
everything.
Okay, here's all the hate.
See?
Get it out. Get it out. You know, hey, Spec, you're a big fan of Taylor Swift. What's the ones that all the cops were lip syncing? You Belong to Me? What is that?
I haven't listened to Taylor Swift in like 13 years.
Okay.
But you have listened.
Yeah, it's your favorite. I know it's your favorite. Shake It Off. That's right. Thank you, Spec. Thank you, Ruth.
Was it Shake It Off?
Shake It Off.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
see,
love
Spec
that song.
knows it. Thank you, Spec. Thank you, Ruth.
Spec confirmed.
Spec confirmed Ruth Swiftie.
I absolutely love Fluffy Dragon Slayer. Spec confirmed Swifty. That's amazing. All right, we got a lot of people cheering for Josiah in the chat. We see people saying, "Awesome, keep it going." We see a lot of people saying "meow." we see a lot of cat references. Still in the polls, he's up 61 to 39%. He is now up 1 game to 1. Is now jumping into game 3 of the second set. If ever you want to pop into one of our games, you can always just take a look at the top and see who's winning. So right now it looks like they're tied, but if you see that where it says sets on top left corner, you see Spec has 1 and Josiah has none of those yet.
Spec has a little bubble.
Yep. Here comes the first shot. Immediately Josiah gets first possession again. Do you see? He let that go so slow. Josiah's cat just died so hard because you see, and there he goes again. He hits it so softly to him, and then loses possession. He gets scored on. He needs to hit this way harder and accurate. He needs to look up, plan that shot, take his time, and smash it.
And not let it go into his own goal.
The good news is 8 seconds from now, he's gonna do this. Ooh, another great cross from Spec. Spec is coming back swinging now. He does not like losing. He did not want to lose a game in there. Josiah deflects again. Spec sets it back up.
That almost went into his goal.
Josiah takes a shot. Goes for a right wall over.
That almost went in.
Almost, yeah.
Almost did.
Almost.
Good possession.
That's the thing. After winning a game, it's really easy to lose the next one because you get a little bit overconfident.
Oh, I thought that went in.
That was a.
I think I'm just
a good
blind.
block
Glitch in
from
the
Spec.
Matrix, I think. Josiah with the possession, and he's taking a lot more time now. Do you see this? He's got a lot more possession
He's
time.
speeding up though. He needs to think about his shots a
he
little
gets
bit
it
more.
back
Set
out.
it up.
Nate's just focusing on the game, guys.
Thinking about
Josiah
it.
going for that
Off
cut.
goal. He
Goes for that over.
Josiah's slowing it down, which is good.
Over again.
Scores on himself. It's not just enough to slow it down, though. These shots need to be tricky. He needs to set Spec up. Good.
There's
there
the
it
good
is.
over. Spec was like, whoo.
Guys, my hand's cramping from the cameras.
I just want it to be known to everybody watching that our pet name for Spec is Speckles. Great
I
shot
call him
from Spec.
Special Spec.
Special Spec.
Yeah, because he's special. Good block from Josiah. Josiah goes for the over again. Might want to switch to some straights or something fast going in there.
Oh,
Very good.
Great
Speaking of.
shot.
Good left-handed
That was
cross.
Spec's not having it. You can see he's starting some waterfall action right now.
Speckle.
Spectacle.
Speckle.
Spexial.
Yeah, Spexial.
I like that setup that Josiah just did. Yeah,
was
he,
a
went,
good
he did hit it straight down the
holding it.
center, but yeah, it was the
That
delay.
will
It was hit very
mess
hard.
with
That
Spec
was a
a
very
lot.
nice save
Yeah.
from
Good
Josiah.
delay.
He needs to do that again with that,
Ooh!
and he's not gonna know which
And
one I'm
Josiah
talking
just
about.
tied it up 4-4.
But it's just a slow drag up to the middle
Oh,
of,
and-
the swing.
Spec with his own cross.
Yeah. Like that. Yes, good. So he does it again.
And it almost goes flying.
Yeah, it flew off the table, hit his shirt, so it needs to be called back in.
Spec is just a puck magnet. Oh, in and out.
We should get sponsored by them too.
Did you see a car burst in fire at In and Out yesterday in line?
What?
What?
They've been sitting there idling so
Yeah.
long, I wouldn't doubt it. Engine overheated.
That's
I'm
exactly
on
what
fire
happened.
for these burgers.
I want to go try it because I've never had it in
okay,
and
so
out.
Spec setting
But
him up.
everybody tells me it's some of the most average burger they've ever had, if not some
I
of
don't
the
like them
worst.
because they don't have bacon.
People are just picky and they just need to stop being picky.
No bacon. I'm never going in and
Everyone
out.
that says food is average and needs to be better, they just weren't spanked enough. All right, so Spec was setting up Josiah. I don't know if you guys were seeing that. He was shooting a bunch of off goals for the cut again. And this time, Josiah did not let it through.
I don't know why. I mean, Josiah is a
Good. That's the
left-handed
setup.
player. I don't
That's
know
the
why he
setup.
doesn't use the left wall more.
That
Like
is-
a power left under.
Because these right wall overs are
we're gaming
crushing
5
him.
for
It's
Josiah.
game point right now.
Okay, it's important not to rush now.
I have a feeling
No.
Spec's not going to rewatch this, so I feel like I could say anything about my
Yes!
Speckles. Oh, he
There's
gets it with
Josiah
the shot!
again!
Nice job. So that's... Is that Josiah's first win?
That's a
No,
second.
that's his second.
in a
Second
row.
win.
He went for the left wall over, taking it 5-7.
Wait.
He's
Why-
I can hear him talking and saying it right now. That's the first set. This is the second set.
Oh, I see. I see.
So you can see at the top of the screen there, Josiah's won now 2 games. If he can pull off 2 more, it'll be a tie match.
I want to know when Spec is going to put his headband on, because that's when he's going to take it serious.
What was the score? Was it at 7-5?
Yeah,
Is it
7-5.
7-5?
7-5.
7-5 Josiah.
Nathan, you were wondering why my left walls don't work?
Yeah.
Why I'm not doing them? 'Cause, I mean, I'm good at my left walls, but every time I do my left walls, Spec blocks them.
Are you hitting towards the middle?
Spec has been pretty good at
Spec
blocking
can't.
the
He can't
left.
block alt left walls.
Well, because like in the first entire set, every single time I've been trying to do a left wall, and it wasn't really working.
So you need to have a complementary shot. If a left wall is not working, do a thing that looks like a left wall that's actually something else.
Yeah, that's why
Yep.
I swing this way, which is normal right
Yep.
wall and left wall shot, but I'm figuring out how to make it go straight.
You're doing awesome. Keep it up. Those long drifts up and smash it. You're doing good. Don't get
you're doing
get
really well.
cocky.
Yeah. Also,
You're-
Speckle's a very good nickname.
You're about to unlock ultimate Spec, so be careful.
Okay.
Speckles 2.0.
Dun dun dun.
Man, if this works for Josiah, that is so sad because like then for like all future like tests at school, he's like, I just can't concentrate. What do I need? I know.
Somebody in the parking lot.
He'll like call me up and be like, hey, could you just leave your phone like in your pocket? And I can just hear how your just day to day goes as you're talking. That really helps me out.
That's why doing this could be dangerous.
Can't this be done on the thing out there? Yes, this part can.
He just wants to reach over you and be close to you.
I wasn't complaining. Speckles, where's he at? Where's that guy? This is good. My wife's not in chat anymore.
No.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Fluffy Dragon Slayer.
Game
I think
4
that.
of the set.
Josiah could. This is a detrimental game. Spec wins this, it's tied up. If Josiah wins this, he will put Spec in a really bad spot. Ooh, first possession and first goal.
He needs to make
goes
sure
to
he's
Spec.
not full of himself right now and sticks to the plan.
Josiah loses possession.
Possessions are very important right
And
now.
he gets it right back. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I liked that shot. That was a great shot. It was aimed well. And he got it back. That time he loses possession though.
Oh, right back
Yeah,
to
these shots are
Josiah.
strong enough to where he's not losing possession. And he's getting it back.
Pushing it.
Great left wall over from Spec on that one. So for those listening, over is when it goes to the far side of the goal. So you can see it goes to the opposite side of the goal than the wall it hit. So it hit that left wall and then went to
And
the right side of the
he just
goal.
went for right over. Or left over?
Spec got
I can't
possession
tell.
back again. Josiah needs to set this up. He fires it off. It was an off goal. He needs to take his time and hit it hard.
It's going straight.
Ooh, you called that one.
Yep.
If only this were in better
Live.
timing. Yeah, if it was live. It's live for us, but by the time that Josiah is able to hear it on YouTube, it takes 8 seconds.
So that got sideways.
Maybe that should be Josiah's new nickname.
Josiah.
8
seems
seconds.
to-
Rodeo. Why do you call him Rodeo?
I don't remember why we
'Cause 8
nicknamed
seconds.
David Hitchhiker or Hitch. We named him like Hitchhiker, but I don't remember why. And I need to ask the chat for last week. Oh, great shot from the
Good timeout call.
It was a great timeout from the drift. You can see Spec drifts it and then goes straight to a cross from the drift. Very deceptive. That's a pro level shot right there. That absolutely works on the best of them. I think it was a good timeout because he's now 4-0 in the hole. Josiah needs to reevaluate this. He needs to take time with his possessions. He needs to hit it harder.
He needs to really, really focus. He needs to map the shots out in his mind.
Well, I think Spec knows the intensity or the importance of this game, right? Josiah needs to take this game very importantly. You know, he needs a deceptive shot. He needs to mask that left wall with something else that looks like it, which is basically going to be the cut. Exactly. And he just needs to make his wrist look like it. He needs to trick himself. As he's swinging for it, very good. As Josiah's swinging for it, he needs to tell himself he's going to do one shot and then at the last second switch it and do a different one.
Oh, this sneeze hurted, guys.
What?
I just sneezed and it like hurt.
Oh.
We can't give you a Band-Aid for that.
Thank you anyway.
Oh! Okay. He's coming back. Spec is going to close this game out right here, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to have this. So he's going to go for the cut again. Let's see. Or is he going to do with the cross? Goes for the right wall under. Blazing speed, too. You can see the fake out on his shot. Josiah loses possession. And there it is.
There we go.
Cut. Cut up. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Did you try to hold it in and just exploded?
No.
Okay.
That's another question for chat is what happens if you hold in a sneeze while your eyes are open?
Oh, I don't
Your lungs
wanna know.
explode.
Do your eyes pop out? I actually did that as a kid because my sisters lied to me and they told me that I would die if I did that.
And you did it
And I don't
anyway?
know why, but I was like, I don't believe them. And so I held my eyes open and sneezed.
Yo, Mac,
And
get one.
I was disappointed. My eyes didn't pop out.
Disappointed that you didn't die.
I was disappointed to find out my sisters were liars.
Okay.
What?
I never get to tell my sister stuff like that because my mom gets mad at me. I told her something one time. My mom's like, "That is not true." I'm like, "Mom, way to spoil all the fun."
My sisters told me that the cops had glasses that could see through the doors to see if I was seatbelted or not.
Oh.
We have a computer that does that.
And now I have, like, I can't be in a vehicle without a seatbelt. Like, it's hard for me to even be on a bus because I'm so used to buckling my seatbelt. I think it was a good lie, but
Yeah.
they could have just been a little more honest and just said, "Hey, you have to."
After I always have my seatbelt on, and I refuse to turn my vehicle on if somebody in my vehicle doesn't have a seatbelt on. Like, I won't even put the keys in the ignition if not everybody's.
It's the very first thing I do. I sit in. If I don't have
It's like, is everybody buckled?
If I don't have my seatbelt on, I feel like I do if I forget my
naked.
cell phone.
Yeah, I feel
like,
naked.
Exactly.
Like exposed. I'm like,
yep. If I leave my cell phone at home in an accident, I'm like, oh no, my pocket feels so out there and exposed to the world.
in the wind.
I feel like people can see my right thigh. It's actually in my left pocket, for those of you in my fan club. The cops can't see through the car.
I can see you through your car.
Oh man, did I just ruin something? Has she been telling Josiah that too? And I just ruined something. All right, Spec's getting overconfident. Josiah needs to win this game heavily.
Bigly.
Or in the words of his cat, meow meow, meow meow, or else.
Meow 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 meow.
Meow. Maybe hit it with like one of those, like, he's yowling at him, you know, like hissing, just like, you better do this. My life's on the line,
Josiah
man.
first possession.
First possession goes to Josiah. I love.
And
Oh,
first go cross.
Nate,
from
we
all the way
harmonized
in.
again.
That's the cross that he needs to do all the way at the end. Draw Spec out and then hit that cross.
I like the how Spec after every goal he resets his glasses. That's why I think he should be called like spectacles or something. But he It's like this victory thing. I don't mean to, but I will always put the mallet to the center line after a goal. Like I'll do a goal and I'll like reach out for some dumb reason. And Spec.
Yeah, you leave yourself wide open when you do that.
Yeah, but there's no possible way that someone could get the puck out of the goal in that time. It's like a split second, right?
That's fair.
If they ever change it to where the puck comes out faster, I'll be doomed. But Spec, his thing is that he does the glasses thing, right? Josiah like looks away. Like if he scores a goal, he just kind of looks off. Like I love it. He's just like, what? No, okay. There he goes. He sets it up. That was great. Good setup from Josiah. Good interference defense from Spec, but he doesn't get possession back. Oh no!
Some
Come on,
right
Spec.
in there.
Now Spec's going fast. Okay, do you see that? How he's like just doing some like quick rapid shot off of that? If Josiah keeps it up and gets those shots on him and gets Spec to start making those mistakes, then Josiah has a chance.
You hear the grunt of defeat from that
one.
one.
I saw Spec laugh at that one too.
It was a very funny. It was.
It's the agony of like.
Spec is the old man on the porch. Spec's the old man on the porch with a shotgun, being like, "Get off my lawn!"
You crazy kids!
Dang kids! Timeout call from Josiah. I don't know what he's doing. You have to switch the camera there. Oh, never mind. He's back up.
Probably turned us off.
Yeah, he's like, no more hearing about this. See, he's looking at the chat. This is why it's important for you to put good things for Josiah in the chat. Oh, right wall.
Great.
From his left hand. It's such a good shot. Okay, do you see that stall? So Spec's thinking about it. This is the thing. Josiah has a chance right now. If he's able to take his time and score these shots, now he's forcing Spec to do off goals. So off goal, then Josiah gets it back. Don't just hit it. He needs to save it. Take his time. Breathe. Not hit it soft. That was a soft hit.
Hit it with lightning determination.
Spec about to punish him for losing possession.
With confidence.
Oh no! Spec's making a lot of mistakes right now.
Fumbled it.
So Josiah just needs to take his time and hit this thing
that one was
very
close.
hard. He has to hit it so hard and deceptively that Spec cannot adjust. He sets it up.
And not score on himself.
Oh,
Beautiful.
that was good.
So
Very good. You see how it pulled Spec away from his goal on that one. So watch Spec's hand in that replay. He actually comes forward on it and over to the right a bit and opened himself up. Oh yeah!
Oh my God!
Got it. Okay, I was like, oh, he missed it.
That was
Spec hits it off the
frustration.
table, which means Josiah has possession. Spec's trying to hide the fact that. See, he's gonna say he's giving this to. He's gonna say that he's letting Josiah win this one.
Making it interesting.
That he's not. Oh, he gets him again. It is now game point to 2. Oh, he almost loses possession
It's
again.
important for Josiah not to rush now. He needs to stick to the game plan.
One thing I will say about Spec is that he will play with his opponents. What I mean by that is he will actually let people win some games. He'll play easier just to make it challenging for himself. Oh, there it is. Scores on
That
himself.
you can't make it much more challenging than that.
That's very true. Spec sets it up, and Josiah doesn't even touch it. It wasn't even interference from Josiah. And Spec laughs it off, walks away. The thing is, so like right
That's
now...
a great word right there.
Meow.
Meow.
Should that be what Josiah says every time? Okay, so this is...
That sounds like something that Alley Cat Scott would say. Meowch.
(2-7). Josiah's now only one game away from winning the first set. I believe this is when Spec is going to win the next 2. Yep. 7-2 though. That's pretty dang good. You guys always get so quiet right after a game. What's going through your minds, both of y'all? What's going through your minds?
I'm trying to think of what Spec is thinking in his mind watching the chat there.
I'm gonna be honest, my dogs. I miss my dogs.
You're missing your dog?
Is this because of all of the cat talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay though, because theoretically...
Remember everybody, this is the time where they're able to see your chat. This is when the players actually go up and read your comments, so this is a perfect time. I got it. Get off my back. Spec is mad at his loss, and now he's taking it out on me for...
Stop abusing the commentator, Spec.
Yeah.
We're going to unionize, and then you're going to see.
I'm losing for content.
Losing for content.
Okay, you called it. You called it.
They said meow. She's already gone. They can't even hear meow. I hope he reads it. I hope it sinks in. We should have a random tumbleweed that just rolls across the table right before each game.
We could do that with like a push a button and have like a tumbleweed.
Oh, okay, so I shouldn't say this out loud, but at the center line, they're like, hey, before the game starts, like stare at each other for a little bit to like build intensity. But like it was near to impossible. We couldn't stop laughing. It was so hard to look up and just stare at somebody. It was so hard to do because we're all friends. It would be fine if we were enemies. I have no problem staring down an enemy, which I don't really have many. But it's really hard to stare down a friend and act serious.
I would growl at Spec. I would start growling at him.
Growling.
Josiah gets first possession again. In our video, Matt, that you and I made. Ooh, and Spec scores the first point. In our video that we made for that intro,
I hate it.
We laughed so hard. In fact, we had to like stop standing in front of each other for our scenes because we were laughing so hard at each scene where we were supposed to stare at each other and look cool.
0-2, just like that.
Well, the thing is that, see, then Josiah's getting cocky. He's going quick again. He needs to take his time on these shots. Spec isn't going to have him win a set. He's not going to let him win a set. I highly doubt Spec's going to let that happen.
Every time I switch the camera, they switch possessions.
That puck needs to be sanded. It stopped dead on the table, maybe? Oh, no.
No,
Josiah
he's,
has masterful
he's just
control.
stopping it.
That's not easy to do. Oh, no, I was right. Okay. Oh! Can we do a replay on commentary to show that?
I don't know. We can just redo it.
For my fan club, I keep my cell phone in my left pocket.
And what?
We're doing the commentary replay.
We were talking. that was the replay from earlier. In case anybody missed it. This is an awesome back and forth game right now. Josiah sets it up, goes for the left wall over. Oh, no! Scores on himself. It's now 0-3, putting him in the doghouse this game.
Oh.
There you go.
That's shot. And do you see
the shot?
Do you see
man,
where
that's
Spec?
the shot.
Do you see where Spec was blocked? He blocked it. Watch the shot in the replay. You can see he pulls far right and even leans forward. So that's a great shot. Josiah just needs to keep that up. Go for the cut. Go for the cross. If Spec's gonna turtle, otherwise, if he's gonna reach forward, he needs to go for those very sharp
turtles.
unders.
Hit him with overs too. Throw that in there.
Ruth rooting on Josiah, saying, "Take your time, Josiah."
You gotta say it like his mom would say it.
I don't know. I've never met his mom.
She's amazing. She's also a fantastic singer, but what that means that she has this very high octave range. So she'd be like, "Don't say it!" And so she's very mad at me right now. I'm just assuming. No, she's amazing, an amazing cheerleader as well. 1-4, Spec only 3 points away from tying up this set, and that would put him only one game away from ending this entire match.
Well, if Spec wins this one, that means that.
Nice, there it is.
Left all over.
If Spec
That's
wins
a hard
this one,
one
that
to
means
hit.
we have to go into
A final set.
Yeah.
Or no. If Josiah wins this one. If so you're talking about this game, yeah. So
yeah, if
Spec
Peter
has to win
if-
two
or
games
if,
to win the whole.
Yeah,
the whole
if Spec
match.
wins this,
That's it.
then we have to go into another game. But if Josiah wins this, then that's the set, and we get to go in a whole new set.
So this is why this game is so important for Josiah to win, because it would take away.
Whoa, that one went in and right back
If
out.
he wins a set, it'll take a lot of wind out of Spec's sails. It's very important to win this game. So he needs to take his time, pretend like this is the very last game. He needs to pretend like every point is 6-6 right now.
So that's why it's very important for Josiah to win this set, to deflate Spec.
Right. I mean, I know it's silly to say, it's important that he wins this game so that way he can win more games. But it's the truth of the matter is that winning a game is more about just getting some points on the board. It's about getting in your opponent's head.
Yeah.
Spec taking his time, setting it up.
That was so... Talk about pinpoint accuracy.
That's my speckles. Do you see that? Check it off. It's like right after it bounces off the wall, and he does a fake shot and then goes for that cut or that cross. Great cross straight. Oh no, Spec scores on himself. Spec about to put this into game point. Okay, is Josiah gonna take it? He's gonna see how long he keeps it for. See how he drifted it to the left, and he kind of gave away that he was about to do a left wall. So Josiah needs to mask his shots and do complementary shots. 2 shots that look the same.
Last time he did a over, he did it from the right side, and that was very deceptive.
Yeah, those Danny unders and overs are fantastic. He should do that. See what he does here. He sets it up. That was good. Taking his time.
Setting the shot up. Spec getting wise to Josiah's game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josiah's puck.
Yeah, it's Josiah's puck.
Well, they all.
Okay, but you see that? Like how fast he hit it? He needs to take some time. He's got 7 seconds, and he's taking 2.
He's trying to catch Spec
1,
slipping.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. It works.
Ooh, and we're
Point of
tied up,
criticality
5-each.
now. Point of criticality.
You know, people might get mad at me and say that, well,
Good
Nathan,
deflection.
you don't wait long between your shots, and the point is that he just needs to gain control of it. Josiah's getting rid of it while Spec is ready for the shot. He needs to catch Spec off guard.
I was gonna say, if I remember anything from you teaching me anything about this game, it was become accurate before you become fast.
It is now set point for Josiah.
Like you want to be more accurate than you do.
Exactly. He needs to work on accuracy, and once he has that down, then speed comes with that. But people always try to be fast and cool, but fast doesn't matter if you never make a goal. Oh, this is so close right now. Spec needs to get 2 more points.
Josiah needs 1 more. He just make sure he doesn't rush it.
Spec just lost possession. Josiah right now with a set point. If he gets this point, it closes out this set. He's taking his time. And he gets it!
Whoa!
Look at
Here's
that.
a final replay, courtesy of Ruthless
Real Estate.
That was good.
Oh, we gotta finish each other's
sentences. I almost said sandwiches.
I almost said sandwiches.
Jinx.
Dang it, Frozen. Disney getting in our heads. Oh man, so Josiah wins a first set.
Let's put bets on what Spec is gonna say. Is he making the game more interesting? Is he?
Are we gonna go and do couch?
Yeah, we're gonna go do couch.
I think I broke it so good.
Yeah.
Did you wreck the tablet?
Oh, I did. Maybe I used this.
Spec help.
But you keep pressing the wrong one.
I did.
That was very intense.
It was like camping.
Something's broken. No. I don't know.
I messed up on game 3.
That's like you knock somebody's tooth out.
Okay.
All right, who's going? I kind of don't want to go out and do couch time today.
Okay, well,
this time.
I'll go with Nathan.
I have no problem doing it.
We know that.
I'm sorry, I'm going.
Wait, Nathan, you said you have no problem being in the spotlight?
Yeah, I know.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna go get myself.
Never.
That's what I said to Nathan. It's.
Sit on the couch.
Oh.
Sit in the spec spot.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. It's way less hot. I could.
I stepped on something. Okay.
It's a perfect time right now for everyone to throw their questions in the chat. Take your time right now to ask a question, throw it in chat. It'll get answered live right now.
It's a beautiful morning. So how do you think that went for you?
Good. You said it wouldn't help me if I listened to you in my ears, but it did. I feel like.
Yeah. We were worried when it started and you started getting points scored against you.
I'm weirdly impressed, Josiah, that you were able to somehow focus with us actively actively making fun of you.
It was so.
So it was this nickname that I was like, I'm gonna call him this one day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him this, and it's gonna be so great. And then I don't want to break any spoilers here, but I was like, wait a second. Basically, he told me that there's somebody that he likes, right?
Yeah.
Some girl somewhere, and I was like, man, now I'm gonna have to call her that. She's gonna have to be Speckles. It's gonna be Big Speck and Speckles, and it would just make sense. But then today I changed my mind and called him it. So he's Speckles today. All right, so let's take a look in chat right now.
How do you think I won the game?
So yeah, we've got some questions that are piling in there. This is a perfect time. Everyone should throw some chats in there right now.
Well, if you're gonna
Yeah,
look at it, I don't need to-
yeah. I'll pull it up and I can ask the questions right now. Actually, we already have one in chat. They're saying, Josiah, yeah, how do you think you won the game? I can answer this.
Yeah.
Because he got more points than Spec did.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. How do you think that you won that game? Oh, we should make it like big screen too. I forgot to do that.
We can still read it. I think.
I know you
Can you
can.
read it,
No, I'm
Spec?
saying for the viewers to see us on the
To
big
see the
screen.
I thought you meant like the chat on this screen.
No. All right, so Josiah, how do you think that game went? Give us some details. Give us your soul. Don't just say good. You have to use more than 5 words to explain how this game went.
5 words.
Yeah.
I somehow made it through without being distracted.
That works. That was more than 5 words.
But
okay.
are you ready for the next level?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You just unlocked. Now Spec's he's not gonna let you beat his record. That would destroy his record in here. It would destroy his score. Yeah. So he's not gonna let you win, right? Okay. And I know that you're like, I beat him. Yeah. No, you beat like nonchalant. You beat Speckles, but now Spec is coming. Now, yeah, he's still toying with you. So let's see how you're gonna be able to do in his next version. What are you gonna do different this next set?
Again, same as last time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do different. Also, Spec, you said you're gonna give me your hints after the set.
Oh! He's right.
Yeah.
I think you already got the hint.
Okay, so Spec, we have some bets on what you were gonna say after that. So, what say you about that set?
I mean, Josiah played pretty well. I mean, I wasn't hitting my cross and it was always going mid. You can see on some of the replays if you ever changed.
Right.
Just on like the first game.
You got some scores on yourself as well.
Right. That was just me messing around.
I win. I win.
You know,
I win.
Yeah, you did.
Everybody thought the game was between Josiah and Spec, but really it was between Matt and me on this bet, and I lost. I thought I'd said the same thing you said, actually. I agreed.
We can also see Scott just spouting his defense nonsense.
It's true.
Even though he has never beaten me in a challenge match ever.
Oh, shoot. You should challenge it. Okay. I do.
We have this last Monday before we go.
So in chat, we got Ruth saying, do you think the advice is helping? So
yes,
as you're
100%.
Even though it's 8 seconds late?
Yes. What?
Spec, do you feel like it's cheating? You know, we've often said they should make a rule that bans players from being able to like get like direct comments from a
he
coach.
should do a right wall under, and then he does a right wall under from that.
Well, by the time you say that, you have possession, so it doesn't matter.
So like when you're doing the cut, and then you do another cut, I'm like, oh, the right wall is coming.
Yeah.
He doesn't hear that until way after.
My goal.
Until it's
Way
already
after.
in the goal and another shot's been made.
So usually what I say, I got smart. I'll be like, hey, in 8 seconds, if he does a few cuts, then expect the right wall under.
Well, you said that before, and then you were wrong. He didn't cut another.
Do you know how hard it is giving 8-second in the future advice? I'm the real VP. No, I'm kidding. So okay, in the chat we got let's see, Josiah, do you realize you realize when you take your time, that's the key?
Yeah. Simple answer.
More than 5 words.
Yes, I do. A lot.
Spec, in the chat that nobody wrote yet, they asked, what percentage do you feel like you're playing Josiah at?
Like 70.
70%. Okay.
I guess I gotta put the headband on now, right?
That's only past 100.
Matt, you need to send all the songs in the Discord. Send all the songs that you.
All the songs?
Yeah.
No, because one is a troll song about me.
Yeah, send it.
All right, you got Vi in the chat saying, okay, serious time now. You can win this. Be prepared, stay alert. I just.
Ruth said give him 100%.
Give him 100%.
I will give him 100%.
I just like that Vi is cheering for you. She was telling you, Spec, serious time now. You can do this. Be prepared, stay alert. So good luck, Spec.
What if Josiah beats me? He gets my world race.
Spec, what?
if Josiah beats,
crazy.
That's like 60 something, I think.
No,
so-
it's like 89.
so yeah, if Josiah wins this game, just to
ahead of me.
just to paint a little bit of color of,
No,
of
it's
how
not.
serious
Right ahead
of how serious Spec
Yeah.
is about to get.
You're
If
one
Josiah
link
wins
behind.
this, he jumps up a whole mess of levels in the American Air Hockey League. He jumps up even more levels technically in just straight Idaho because it's not counting the players that are out of
It's gonna
state.
reset. World Ring.
World Rank will reset in like 2 weeks. Yes.
After the World
Yes.
Championship.
But he's also going to take Spec's world rank, which also would give him a much, much better seed in the upcoming world tournament. So the way that seeding works, let's just say that.
Yeah, he might buy.
Let's just say that. So just so for people that are watching, they don't understand what seeding is in a bracket. Let's just say you have 10 people playing in a bracket. The way that the bracket's made is the very first game it would be player number 1 versus player number 10. And then the next game would be player number 2 versus player number 9 and so forth. And then they generally lose that first game, everyone that was expected to lose, and then they will have a much more fair second game, which is the way that the brackets are set. You don't want in the very first game to be the number 1 player in the world versus number 2 player, because then one of them's going to get kicked out way too early, and it's not going to be fair. That's not how that works. So Josiah, right now you're in the hundreds, right? You're like 107 or something.
No, I'm at behind Matt.
Okay. So if he beats Spec, he would jump up about 10 seeds in the world tournament coming up. So and Spec would only lose 1 seed. You know, he would only go up by 1 level. But Josiah would jump up about 10 something levels. So it's a big deal that Josiah wins this, which is why Spec is going to crush him in 2 seconds. So rooting for you, Spec. Remember, you're my boy.
Puck doesn't even come out of the goal in 2 seconds.
What?
It could.
In about 2 seconds? Oh yeah, no, he'll make it happen. Haven't you seen anime? I've been telling you. He'll suddenly go into slow motion before he hits it, and you'll like have a whole dialogue between the both of you. You'll be like, oh, he's going so fast. How is he even able to do this? And you'll be like barely be moving at all.
Sounds like Speed
we
Racer.
need to make air hockey anime. It's very important. It'll be amazing.
I thought there was.
It'll be so great. All right. Any last comments from anybody? Questions? There's actually some more stuff in here. Spec is playing his full 69%.
Peter, Kai,
no, go
85.
Josiah. Okay, Josiah has some secret powers too, they're saying. Josiah, are you aware of these secret powers that you have?
No.
5 words.
No, I really do not.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the table. Good luck to both of you. Josiah, get ready because you're about to meet a force that is you're unlocking right now. Spec, don't let him win, dude. Don't let him get in your head.
6.
Good luck, guys.
So 8.
Well,
It's 8
well,
above
6
me.
in 8th in Idaho, not in.
No, Spec is 8 above me.
Oh yeah.
I feel another cough coming on.
Oh, that was a good one. On microphone and everything.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll be sponsored by some sort of
Anti-acid?
yeah, some sort of like anti-phlegm.
Who knows, maybe. No, I got some at home. I'll take some when I get home.
I appreciate everybody right now throwing chats in there. We've already hit 100 views, and that's just while we're doing this live, which is fantastic. Thank you once again for everybody sharing this with your friends and family and subscribing and liking this. Thank you, Ruth Kmiecik, for sponsoring us. Thank you, Right Now Heating and Air Conditioning, for sponsoring us. You know what? Josiah's still winning the poll, 61% to 39%. So even people that are popping in that aren't even from the start.
He has a good chance.
He has a good chance right until Spec puts on the headband.
The thing is that, so Spec plays for $100 all the time, and he will be up against them. They'll have like 6 points, and he'll have 4. And if they just need 1 more point, he loses $100, and he comes back from it.
He rarely loses.
Yeah, he very rarely loses. He puts his all into it. So, you know, he let him win a game. I don't really think that he fully let him, but I do think that Spec wasn't playing at full percent, which is different from letting somebody win. He wasn't allowing the goals to go through, but he wasn't playing with full intensity. This is something that was asked a long time ago from Scott. Scott's like, I hope that you guys are always playing at 100% against me. And I didn't mean to sound rude, but I'm like, well, I'm not. You haven't pushed me that far yet. You know, when you start beating me in games, it pushes me to that level. It's like me walking up. Wow.
That's really loud.
It's like me walking up to you or anybody listening to say, hey, I want you to get as mad as you possibly can right now, you wouldn't really be able to get that mad, right?
No.
But if I walked up and punched you in the face, you'd probably get really mad really fast.
Yeah, you gotta be provoked. You gotta be pushed to that point.
Exactly. So you have to be pushed to that level. And so with Scott, I was never letting him win or anything to that effect. But I wasn't playing at full intensity until he started to win some games.
Power.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, it helps everybody when somebody pushes you to that extent, because you get better, they get better, everybody gets better.
Yeah, why would you immediately go swat a fly with a shotgun when a fly swatter would suffice?
Have you seen this new, salt guns?
Oh,
Yeah,
we have one. We have one.
Are they all
they
what they
get salt everywhere. They work. But they get salt everywhere. So you're in the living room. You're not just gonna shoot a salt gun, because then you're gonna be sitting down on
Okay,
salt.
what do people put salt on? I mean, basically everything, but cucumbers, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe have people in the background with their cucumbers ready.
It's a good defense against gypsies. Just shoot the fly by your front door, you're fine.
You're pulling accents out of nowhere. It's okay. I'm pretty sure I might have been the only one here who heard Nate's Australian accent
Oh my god. I'm
about
so
the
sad
nature
about that.
documentary. Poke him in the eye, see what happens.
Yeah, okay, so I'll post in chat right now. If you read this is how to say... I can kind of hear you, Josiah, but you're not going to hear it for 8 seconds. You have to yell it. So if you read this in the chat here, that's how you say razor blades in Australian. Try it, Kai.
No, thank you.
Rise of blades.
Rise up blades. See that? Rise up blades. No matter how you say it, it sounds Australian. That's an important. This is air hockey practice. That's how you train when you learn how to speak in accents.
You're saying it like a bloke from Melbourne?
My dad sold a tractor to a dude from Australia one time, and this guy paid an insane amount in shipping. It was insane.
Maybe it was a front.
I
his illegal kangaroo.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Speaking of,
But my dad took a call from him.
is
My dad took a
serious.
call from him, and he legit opens up with, "What are you doing, mate?" And I was like,
I love that.
And I sat there in disbelief, because I knew Australian said it. It's just I never actually heard an Australian.
First goal.
It was.
I know Australians.
I was flabbergasted.
What's fun is asking people with accents how we sound to them, and they say we have an accent that's really heavy, and we sound sort of like
Americans?
like cowboys.
Oh.
Is what they've said.
Josiah
Very
scores
flat.
a point against himself.
It's now 1-1. So we're gonna see Spec at a much greater intensity. He's got his lightning headband on right now.
Josiah needs to be very careful now.
Ooh, did you see that? Okay,
That's the second in a row he scored.
But it's not just that. Look where Spec is blocking right now. He preemptively blocked the right wall
Second
under.
score in a row on himself. Josiah's scoring all the points in this game.
Has he scored all 4 points?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
He needs to sand it. Good. See, even though he didn't hear me because of the 8-second delay, he knew in his heart
He felt your
He's
spirit.
that I was telling him to sand the puck.
He's probably hearing it by
He's
now.
getting it.
That was weak.
Yeah, no. Whenever I score a lot of points on myself, I always like to tell myself I actually won because I did score the most points. It keeps me feeling good about myself.
Whenever I'm about to lose against somebody that's playing really well, I just lift up my hands and let them beat me, and then I go straight ghost like Obi-Wan Kenobi, so that way I can train others that come after me.
Oh, cut cross.
That was
cut
good.
Cross. That is a good way to beat Spec right now.
Spec's not gonna have it. I'm telling you, he's not gonna have it. Like he's playing rudimentary game right now. And soon he's gonna take it up a notch. He's gonna play the basics, because the thing is that whenever you're in need of intensity, go back to the basics, go back to the trick shots, go back to everything that's deceptive, like right there, the pump fakes, the time delays, and Spec's gonna get that. If Josiah can remember the time delays, the pump fakes, and the off speeds, things of that nature, then he's gonna take this game.
If he is going to hit it off a wall, he needs to hit it hard.
Yeah.
Can't be hitting those little powder
gotta-
puff pucks.
See, like that was dead down the center. Josiah can't really waste those types of shots because it's just going to give possession to Spec, and Spec's going to score on those. Josiah sets it up, goes with a
There you
very
go. See,
fast right wall.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what you need to do.
But he also cut the puck. Look at where his mallet hits the puck. He doesn't hit it dead on. He cuts it from the side. A great deceptive shot. Josiah gets back possession. Goes for that right wall over. Misses it. Goes for see, like that one was a lot more obvious.
That's telegraphed.
Yeah, it
so
was.
much.
He telegraphed it. He showed him what he was gonna do before he did it. If he did something else, it would have been impressive.
That looked like it was coming off the wall also, but it was cross. But unfortunately went to the mid.
Spec's still playing a pretty straightforward game. He's not. I don't see him at full intensity yet. Like he's not doing chase game yet. Chase game is very hard to play. That's what a lot of what Scott and I were doing, was just that back and forth off of our off goals. And Spec can do that very well. Ooh.
Good cross.
Josiah gets him on the cross.
Josiah's getting a lot of his points right now, crossing them or cutting them.
Cut cross game is a good game.
The fact that Spec is already losing right now is telling. Like, you know, I expected him to come out and 7-1, 7-2 Josiah this game, but it's actually a lot closer than I expected it to be. Josiah only 2 points away. Is he going to give up possession, or is he going to score a goal on this one?
No, he throws it.
Yeah,
oh!
Does it.
Oh.
It was already called. Yeah, if it had gone to his goal, it wouldn't have counted because it was already called. The ref had already walked up and everything. But he does lose possession because he lost possession of his mallet. He loses possession of the puck.
Quit throwing your mallet, Josiah. Spec gets sloppy when it gets angry.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry. I'm so disgustingly sloppy.
This is getting close. Spec.
He's zeroing in.
He is. He's going for the accuracy game right now, and that's really all he needs. Spec is. I mean, like right there, that was sort of down mid, and it was deflected. That was mid. It gets deflected, but he keeps possession, so he doesn't even need to worry about like hitting it hard. Just aiming it a bit. That one was a miss completely. Spec right down the middle again. Loses possession this time. Josiah, if he gets this point, he'll set himself up for, the victory on this one. On this game. Nope, loses possession. Does Spec tie it up? Nope. Not yet. Goes for an off goal. I like that amount of puck control. And you haven't seen
graceful.
You haven't seen Spec doing that this whole game. He just shoots it within 1 or 2 seconds, and now he's taking a lot more time.
You can tell he's getting serious.
Yeah, and he's setting up Josiah. But Josiah stole it from him. Josiah breathes. I like that. It goes for the shot. It was down the center though, so he loses possession. Josiah just has to wait 10 or 8 seconds to hear anything. Oh,
the back of his mallet.
No one wants to see that. That's bad.
Match point.
Oh, that's a bummer because it wouldn't have
Josiah.
gone in if he didn't interfere with it.
Josiah gets possession back.
Does Josiah take this game?
Not yet.
Deflected Spec. Josiah, it was a good shot, but it was a bit towards the middle, so it was deflected. Players are always trying to aim for the edges of the goals, never for the center.
It's important for Josiah just not to rush right now.
All right, let's see what he does here. He goes for the shot after only holding it for a second. Okay. See, this is a good time for a timeout. I shouldn't say that though, because now he's listening. Oh, loses possession. Oh, great point. Then
Calls a timeout.
Then
It's
he
a good
calls a
timeout.
timeout. He said stuck in the goal. Oh, he said.
It's unstuck.
Yeah, he let me know. We did a lot of work on that goal today because it's been sticking in that goal, which is kind of fun because you get to score on somebody and be like, let that sink in. But we pulled it off. We actually sanded it down. We painted the inside of it so that the puck wouldn't stick to the middle. Let's see if we can get the shot. Oh, it flies off.
Did Spec give a little charge there?
No, Spec backed up, but we'll see it just in case. Yeah, see, he went
he
backwards.
He
there was
turtled.
no forward motion, so Spec gets
total
possession.
turtle mastery right there.
If Spec had moved forward, just so our viewers could know, if he had moved forward, it would have been possession Josiah, but because he pulled back, it was a defensive move, and he gets possession. Oh, there it is. Now it is Game
All right.
point. Game point. First game in the last set.
Side takes it.
Man, every time he's just throwing another pebble in the well, it's gonna make Spec that much more aggressive against him. And the question is, can Josiah adjust while Spec adjusts to him? Or
And it
no?
was another over. That is pebble. You say that's exactly what that is. Pebble in his shoe.
Are you still listening?
Yes.
Okay.
Josiah, is that why you called a timeout? Because I'm like, oh, now would be a good time for a timeout. Then I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No.
Was it because it got stuck in the goal?
Yeah.
Oh, it should. We worked on it really hard today. It should just take a tap now. We did a lot.
It did take a tap.
Okay.
You said to let you know if it gets stuck.
Yeah. I'm bummed because we had that thing out on a trampoline drying in the 100-degree sun today. We sanded it. We bent metal. There was grinding being done with a bench grinder. So
Just for it to not stick in there?
it shouldn't.
You have a faithful fan out there, Spec. Fluffy Dragon Slayer is
Can you help me?
really rooting for you.
Wait, Spec. Oh, that's how we do it. Now, how do we do the other one? I do the wrong thing. Okay, I will learn how to use this system like a true professional. Oh,
Will
that's
her
good.
cheers be enough for you to win?
You know, it's that's what I'm missing right now. Frankly, is we got all excited here in the booth
The
commentating. No, we're missing seeing the families and all the people watching cheering, right? And that's the hardest part with being kind of a remote operation.
When
is
we
that,
get the extra mile arena, we'll be able to see that.
right, and so like right now we're commentating without actually seeing the fan base that's watching right now. Like I said, we have over 100 views just so far, which is as it's live, and this is going to be posted to YouTube afterwards, obviously, and we'll get a few hundred more on this one. And so it's almost like we're in an arena with a few hundred people, and this is just growing constantly. So, people can't really post pictures in chat, can they? I'm gonna say they should post pictures of all the families watching and all of the fans watching, and that would be fun for the players to see them holding signs saying like, go Spec, go Josiah, blah blah. Josiah snakes his way onto the table. When the Grinch is like stealing presents.
He can barely reach that line yet. Oh, and Spec takes full advantage of that.
Spec with first possession. I have a feeling he's not going to lose another game this entire match. I don't think Spec's going to let that happen.
If Josiah just sticks to the plan, he's still got a good shot.
Yeah, I think
Spec can't just magically wish away physics.
Yeah, I think Spec in his head is saying like, I'm not losing. I'm gonna take control of this set, But I think that's ultimately what's gonna screw him up, is because he's too focused on winning.
Touched his hand, but it didn't hit the mallet when he was moving forward, so it goes to Spec. Yeah, it goes to Spec on that one. That's a tough call though, because it was unstable and it hit his hand, but his hand wasn't touching the table when it happened. We still don't have a point yet on the board. There it is with a cut shot.
I knew he was going for that cut. I don't think we can do cam back.
Crunching.
Sorry.
What's a cam back?
It's like, oh, is Josiah okay? I think he's okay.
Spec just
Josiah,
damaged.
thumbs up if you're okay. Not while you're playing though.
And Spec.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Spec does his trademark. Damage your opponent if you're not winning.
Nate does that even when he is. Even when he is winning.
That used to be. Oh, that was a good shot. That used to be you, Matt. Not when people winning, but man.
But
your
now
shots.
I have I still have a pretty solid shot now. Now it's more controlled.
The amount of damage. If I asked the chat how many people have been damaged by your shots, it'd be a lot.
No, there would be zero.
They're
in
not
chat.
gonna. Well, they won't come out and say it till you get really famous. But you'll know. 10 years from now, they'll be like, Matt hurt me in air hockey. He owes me money. You know what's gonna happen. I'll do it.
Maybe like a big
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to get money.
There could be compensation.
Do you see this finger?
Jeremy's waiting.
I used to be able to
Jeremy
pick
from
my
emotional
nose.
Rainey's
damages.
waiting.
Jeremy for emotional damages, because every time we're like, Jeremy, we need a new
Jeremy
puck,
got
we
hurt pretty
lost
bad.
It.
This one girl got a bruise on her face that was there for an hour afterwards. He hit her so bad, and she wasn't even playing. She was on a game nearby. It's 1-3 now. Ooh, off the table. That's how I'm gonna sue. I'll be like, I used to be able to pick my nose with ease with this finger, but now I can't. Now it just gets stuck.
It's too big.
It has nothing to do with my weight gain over the last 40 years. Ooh, see, Spec is not letting him have this game. 4-1 now,
See, that's
and he's
when-
hit him with a cut. What? 3 of those 4 points,
I could not tell you.
and see, he's gonna go for it again. He's going to be relentless with it. Oh, lost a mallet. It has to be called back in. Possession still Josiah. Josiah needs to take his time on this. There he goes. He needs to block that cut side as well, and the right wall under. That's all that Spec is really using. See, right wall under. There it is.
Yeah, Spec is
And you
doing that where he sees. Which side is he leaning towards? Is he leaning
you've
towards
gotta-
the cut side? Or is he leaning towards the right wall side?
You have to take away the cut first because you have more time to block the right wall under. A tiny bit of time, but it's a little bit more. A straight shot. Oh no! Scores on himself. It's now game point to 2. A direct shot obviously gets to the goal faster. A bank shot doesn't. So he has to take away the cut first, and then immediately after blocking the cut, move to block the right wall under.
Oh, that
And he gets
fake
that
out of
cross
it.
to
And then
finish
he
it.
hits him with the cross. That was a very good last point there.
If you have cut cross right wall under, you pretty much win. If you can hit it at will each time.
Spec now wins his first game in the last set. They're both tied 1-1 the last set. They both each have a set as well, which means that each of them needs 3 games. So the next person to win 3 games wins this.
Spec doesn't seem right in that replay. You can see all of his hair and it just seems less of a threat right there. There he looks deadly. Looking deadly. Watch out, aunties.
Watch out.
You know, it's funny that we all moved the camera there today. We're like, let's get a bigger, broader view of the room. But the players forget it's there right
Yeah.
now. And so he'll hear me say it in a second, but like he forgets that we just have this like side view of his face. Tim was talking there earlier, and so we just got side face from Tim.
Side face.
Yeah.
I bet you here in a few seconds, Josiah's gonna poke around and he'll look directly into the
I
camera.
do now expect him to like slowly come up from the bottom or from the top or
Do
something.
cat face.
You know, we got a lot of people asking like, I can beat you, I'll play you. It's like, all right. You know, we actually play every Sunday at the arcade, and so everybody's welcome to play in our tournaments.
What's happening now?
Oh,
Time was starting to go up.
sorry, I
Don't be sorry, be better.
No, I mean I'm sorry that Anthony didn't push it in the other room. He has one job. I would fire him, but they're all volunteers.
Yeah. It's like we're taking time out of
Dang
our
it.
busy schedules for this.
It's true.
Get some RAM?
Yeah. You don't have RAM just laying around your table?
No, I'm not that cool.
Yeah. I leave it there just for looks. It reminds me that I got RAM.
You made it in life?
Yeah, also it's very old and very small amount. Every nerd has old RAM laying around their desk somewhere. Alright. Game number 3. Players bump mallets. Get ready to start this match. Instantly, Josiah gets first possession. That was actually really quick.
How does Josiah instantly forget to set up his shots?
I don't know, but he gets excited and he just jumps right into like, I gotta hit it, right? And
He'll hear us in a few seconds and he'll remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, that just comes with discipline, right? And so Anthony today said, hey, how come when you're playing against Scott, you use like really straightforward shots, you know, and just like the normal shots, but why when you're playing against me, you use all kinds of weird, goofy stuff? And I said, because it works against you, right? I can play goofy against you. You don't punish me for playing goofy against you. Scott punishes me if I play goofy against him. If I play dumb and shoot shots all over the place, he will take advantage and beat me, right? And so Josiah will start learning that if he starts playing goofy, if you will, and letting go of the puck too soon, then Spec is going to punish him for that. He has to play a very disciplined game right now. It was a great snag by Spec. He can't. Yep, and that got him a point because of that. He jumped out, he rushed the puck, he stopped it, and then he made a goal off of it.
All right, guys. It's my 9:15 alarm.
Are you taking off?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just an alarm I have. I don't know why. I should delete it, but I just haven't yet.
She just let us
Do it
know
right
it's
now.
9:15.
Do it right now. Take this time. I will give you this time. You know, I won't dock your pay. Ooh, right while under.
All right, it's gone.
You did it.
Timeout call.
Beautiful
It's a good
timeout. That's actually the Wiseman timeout. They say if your opponent scores 3 points on you in a row at any time in the game, you need to call a timeout because you need to, one, throw them off because they're obviously in a groove, and you need to reset yourself.
That's half the reason why I take my timeouts.
It's a good way to set your head up straight.
I mean, I rarely take timeouts. I like to stay like really heated in the game. I don't do well at timeouts. That's why I don't do so good in doubles, because every time I'm off the table, I cool down.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I get too heated, that is when I will take a timeout. So if you see me take a timeout, I shouldn't say this, but it really does mean that I am like overdoing it. I'm breathing too heavily, like I'm getting lightheaded. That's when I take a timeout.
Got Spec doing the
Spec is just crushing
interference.
Last
defense.
game was 7-2, and right now he's already up 4-0. This is kind of what I was expecting, and I really don't see Spec even at full, tenacity. I don't see him at
capacity.
Full capacity. What's the word I'm looking for? Ooh, good shot. Spec brings it up, goes for right wall, almost loses possession.
This is a good deflection. Almost went into Spec's goal.
It was. Okay, Josiah takes it. Josiah can still win this game right here. He just needs to take away those cuts from Spec and the right wall unders, because of the 2 shots that Spec's doing. Once in a while he'll do the cut. I mean the cross, but so yeah, here it comes. Let's see. Goes for the cut. Oh, scores on himself.
That's a good way for Josiah to win. If Spec scores all the goals on himself.
There's this. Oh, good right wall under. That it is a tactic. He could technically just outweight Spec. If you have a perfect defense, you'll just win by your opponent scoring themselves. It's the way that math works. Oh no! And then Josiah takes that advice and does it himself. See, he needs to set it up. Some off goals would be good. Getting Spec out of position. Like Spec didn't even have to move to block that. There he goes. He's doing some off goals. If he can get Spec out of position and do a shot that looks like that off goal, it's going to score him a point. For our viewers, an off goal is when you purposefully hit, but not at the goal. You hit in the side of the goal. Oh, there it is. The cross. Spec finished at 7-2, just like the last game. Intensity. That's the word I was going for. Intensity. It's like when you're camping with a lot of people.
Tent City?
Yeah. It's intense. Like camping also.
In a tent.
Got Fluffy Dragon Slayer throwing some hearts in the chat.
Purpose. What's the button I'm looking for? There it is. We really appreciate everybody once again taking the time to watch this game, to chat in, to root for the players. We got like a whole Josiah fan club building. Spec, you're breaking a lot of people's hearts right now. How does that make you feel?
I'm the heartbreaker.
I always appreciate Spec a lot because he runs basically 99% of this entire thing, and so he's not only playing his match today, but he's also running in here and fixing all the errors that I make. Luckily, we're getting better at hiding all the errors that we make. I will say that much. People don't even realize they're happening if we just didn't talk about it. Oh, here's the Scott chewing stuff cam. See, I'm telling you, people forget the camera's there, and it's like on a tripod and just standing there in the middle of the room.
I just walk behind the camera. I don't know why.
Yeah, and so people just forget it's there. They'll be like standing there like picking their teeth. Josiah just said, everyone forgets it. I don't know why I'm talking about the camera as well. This is the
I think Spec's coming back.
I thought he was about to scratch his butt. For 1 second I was like, no! But now I kind of wish it would add some flair. Spec, go scratch your butt. Okay, he's gone. Alrighty.
Is that the Matt Taniguchi approved arrow?
It is.
I remember him. I still technically need to do the challenge match with this kid.
Oh, that challenged you.
Yeah.
You should. They haven't played in a long while, though. We haven't seen the Taniguchis around these parts in quite a while. We're hoping to get them back. I was hoping they would register for the Idaho State, but I haven't seen them register yet.
I just don't think
Ooh.
there's a lot of people that are a fan of the new
league
setup.
format.
Yeah, the new format.
Yeah, league is weird. So normally a tournament is all done in 1 day or 2 days, and we do ours in a set of every Monday. We do a different match so that everybody can watch remotely, and people don't have to come across, the U.S. to watch the games. So we actually stream it instead, which is quite fun. It's 1-3. Josiah's now slowing down, taking his time. He's thinking about how those shots got through. Beautiful shot. Great cross. Spec takes it. It's deflected. Goes to the right wall under. Blazing speed.
Yeah, I always try to see where that shot came from on the table to see, maybe get a
nice snag,
a clue as to what is going to be shot.
Ooh.
Like if Spec is going to a certain area of the table, usually make certain shots.
See, like, you see, like, how that right there, Spec hit it, and then Josiah waited too long to reach out and try to get it back. Like, he could have had possession and possibly put the score up 3-4, but now it's instead 2-5, right? Like, he's got to be faster. Once it hits his mallet, he has to jump out there and retain possession of it. That was better. Yep. See, like, right there, he should have jumped out in front of it and reset it instead of hit it. Ooh, I'm going to replay that. That was beautiful. Look at this. It was fully in the goal and bounces back out, which means no goal in air hockey.
This puck has been flying off the table.
Yeah, Spike kind of dropped the ball in this one. Yeah.
Josiah is talking smack. We've been testing out this new puck. There's actually a lot of chips in it right now. We've been beating it to oblivion. Nice snag by Spec. He stops it, sets it up, goes for a shot, goes for the cut.
Kind of an off speed.
Goes for the cross and nails it. It is now game point to 2. If Spec wins this one, he'll only be 7 points away from ending this entire match. Josiah gets him back with a cross. Spec loses possession.
Spec is getting eager. He's getting a little too greedy. He wants it. He's letting it show.
See the speckles in his eyes?
They're sparkling.
Oh, yep. Some...
Oh, that almost went in.
Some
This is the chance right here. He's going to go for a right wall under. Oh, nice. See, there he goes. He jumps in front of it and resets it. That was a beautiful reset. He gets it back again. He still has a chance in this game. Loses possession. Spec sets it up. Gets him with the cut. Cuts him to the quick. Spec now 3-1. I mean, like I said at the start, I'm surprised that Josiah won any games in this set, because when you start pushing Spec to this level, I still don't see him at full intensity. You know he's at full intensity when you make a shot and he's like jumping. He will legit jump backwards and slam the mallet to the middle of the goal because he starts playing at a real. There we go.
You're absolved.
We just got a big view of Tim's head.
We could call it the Lice Cam and be sponsored by like I don't know, or Head and Shoulders. They get sponsors for like a dandruff camp.
Oh, dandruff camp.
Josiah said that something's messed up.
That's because Josiah's got 2 games in this set.
Oh yeah, it should be 3-1 right now.
3-1. Spec. Intermission. We're fixing things. Spec is. I'm.
All right, we're seeing less chat right now. People are bummed. You know how it goes when your team is losing. They get all quiet. I encourage you guys instead to start blasting that chat with some excitement.
You sound excited yourself.
Yeah, Nate, you sound just out of this world. You're floating in your seat. Like.
Right? Yeah. Well, my boy's winning. My boy Speckles McGee. So right now you can see where Scott's looking. You can see where Josiah's looking. They're looking at the big screen where all the chats are. So your chats are not in vain. They actually get read by the players almost immediately.
Well, according to YouTube, Josiah is still winning. LOL.
How far back are you?
Are we gonna throw this game? We're like, well, it says that Josiah
it is 3-1
won.
Spec.
Yeah, it's 3-1. It's 3-1 Spec right now. We're working on that right this second. Thanks for letting us know, though. They've each won 1 set, and in this last set, Spec has won 3 games. Josiah's won 1. That means that Spec only needs 1 game. This could be the match-ending game right here. Josiah would need to win the next 3 games in a row to win this whole match. If Josiah were to pull that off, he takes the state. He gets bumped up to the state rank in the American Air Hockey League rank, and he would take Spec's world rank, 85.
And you would pass me up.
See, do you see how you whispered that? We should be doing that to Josiah. But like I said, we should be like, I'll be the bad, the bad one on his shoulder. You'll be the good one. I'll be like, do it. Get distracted. You're like, no, Josiah, do a good shot. Do a good shot for your cat. And I'm like, no.
And I'll remain just what's they're doing. Just like, just do your best.
Do what's fine. Do what's fun. Just hit the puck as fast as you can instantly.
You have fun.
Yeah. See, like a lot of new players, they'll just hit the puck as soon as it comes over to their side. They never stop it. And you'll notice at pro air hockey levels, they'll actually stop the puck each time. And it's really funny because people see Josiah at the arcade and think they can just beat him because he looks like a kid, right? He's 14. He looks like he should be easy to beat. And these adults will go playing up against him in our tournaments, and they just get destroyed by him. And they don't know what to do about it. They don't understand it. They'll just be standing there dumbfounded that he's able to beat them.
Did I ever tell you guys? I showed up to the arcade. It was like a Friday night or something. And there's this guy. He's beating all of his friends. He's getting super confident.
Oh, no.
I'm watching their game, and he turns to me. And he hits me with a double finger gun, a wink, and a smirk. And I said, my turn!
You took him out?
7-0'd him.
Right. It took me a second. I'm like, double finger gun. And then I'm like, oh, it's when they're like, yeah.
He like snapped him and then shot him
with his fingers.
With the wink and the smirk. And I 7-0'd him, and I dropped my mallet like a mic drop.
Ooh.
And I turned around and I left.
There was this one girl playing, and she was beating everybody.
That's awesome.
And she beat somebody, and she looked up, and it wasn't that she wasn't even nice. She was like mean to them. She beat somebody. Here comes the
possible match
first possession.
game.
Oh.
And first point
opens
right
up
off the bat
with the cut.
Sorry guys, I could be coughing.
You're allowed to cough.
God.
But I am docking your pay.
I don't get paid for this.
Okay, do you see that? Just that like reactionary defense that he's using. Ooh, that was a good shot.
Woo.
Spec is just gonna close this out. I think he was going for the 7-0, and he's already pretty upset. I bet you right now. Josiah taking his time, setting it up.
He's practicing that.
Spec immediately gets it back.
Doing the forehand. Yeah, he's practicing that right wall under motion to get that lightning shot in. Because that's his go-to to finish things off, is that right wall under, because it's his sure shot.
Who do you think, we have some stats on the Spec versus Scott game. Do you think that Josiah is beating Spec more than Scott would? Like, do you think his style's working better? Ooh, that was a great left wall under.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Josiah, I think plays better against me than he does Spec because Spec has a much different style, and Josiah has played more against me. So Josiah gets more points against me than he does against Spec.
I think he has a better finesse.
Left wall over from Spec. It's now 3-3. Spec is only 4 points away from closing this whole match out. He gets back possession. Straight down the middle. Josiah grabs possession, retains it, seeing if he can bring up and get a lead for the first time in this game here.
Hasn't he had the lead for most of the game, though?
This one? I don't think so. I mean, the very first point was from Spec, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's really
you're right.
important that you just make sure he's sure of his shots.
Oh, look
and
at
he's
that
not scoring
Danny under
himself.
from there. So from the top right corner of his side, you see where he's at and where he hits it, and he was able to pull that left wall. That was a fantastic shot. He should honestly do that again if it worked. And then Spec does it immediately back. Yeah, and there it is, and that's working. If that's working, he should do that more. That's called a Danny under. Oh, and then Spec does it immediately back, and Spec is only 2 points away from closing out this entire match right now.
We've reached the point of criticality.
5v5. Spec sets it up.
This is a big game for Josiah right now.
Oh, forehand.
Oh.
Nails the shot.
Oh.
It is now match point to 5.
Just called a timeout.
Josiah calls a time. It's a perfect time to call it.
Getting ahead of Trey. He needs 2 points to stay alive. Spec
You
needs
got
1
this,
to close
Josiah.
it.
We believe in you.
What's he gonna pick? He's gonna go for the straight or the over?
He went for the Danny under again. He needs to have the complimentary shot now. Good. That was good. He almost loses possession. Oh, Spec gets possession. This could be the match-ending point right here.
Oh, I'm getting nervous, guys.
Oh, Josiah steals possession back.
This is
He
is
breathes.
an edge of your seat suspense.
He's taking his time. He's breathing. I like seeing his Oh, he gets it
6-6.
with that same point
Is
again.
Spec gonna serve it back to him? Josiah needs to prepare for anything.
This is a big point.
6-6. Oh, he
This
goes for the
decides-
fake out and it's blocked.
This decides if we're going into another.
Game or not? Yep. Oh, and there it is with the cut. Spec takes the win.
Good job, Spec. Good job, Josiah.
Oh, I mean, I love how he blocked that and he came back up into position, but do you see how he turtled before the shot? Josiah pulled too far back and you could see it on his face after that shot where he's like, no.
Nice job, Spec.
Oh, too late. I did it. Nice job, man.
Hey Spec, you won. How do you feel?
I want Josiah to say, like, I let him win this one. If he's listening to me, that's what he should say.
He couldn't handle the 100%.
Are we gonna
Wait,
go
was that 100 though? I don't feel like that was 100.
That was 100.
Okay. Your 100 looks
Pretty casual.
lame. No, I'm just kidding.
Are we gonna go
It's not a
do?
challenge match right here.
Yes. Okay, so, oh man.
Should I unmute the mics?
I don't know. If you don't, he might have to yell more. It was kind of fun to watch him, like, levitate. But yeah, go ahead. So,
Couch is unmuted.
can you mute the table once?
Okay, now you should be able to hear me.
Okay, then I have
Okay,
to,
yay.
see if I can do this now.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah. I can hear myself 8 second delay. It's... I just heard what okay. Right now, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's a 10-second delay.
That's what we kind of figured. You had told us 8, so we went off of 8.
I'm gonna start a stopwatch.
Josiah, why did you let him win that last set?
What?
Did you feel bad for him? Is that why you let him win? We were saying that you were gonna say that.
I heard that, and no.
Oh man, I mean, it's getting kind of late too. That game actually went quite far because it went to the third set.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was 3 7-6 games, and Josiah, you won 1 out of 3 of them, which isn't a bad ratio overall. 1 of 3. It's weird though that they were so few and far apart. Usually there's a lot more 7-6 games. It's a lot closer.
Yeah. There's only 2, I think, the entire time. No, 3.
There was 3, yeah.
3, yeah.
I have a cheat sheet. I'm able to see it on the far side of the room over here.
I can see it.
In a second, we can have it up on the main screen and show the scores. So now's your chance, everyone, to throw in your comments, your questions in the chat right now. Is a perfect time. We're gonna have Spec come out here in a second, and Matt probably walk out here in a second as well. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
You did really good. At the end, that you were like unlocking that like Danny undershot with your left hand, right, from the far side.
Well, I mean,
and then
I noticed
he immediately served it back.
He wasn't blocking lefts.
Yeah.
Scott actually showed me that, and it worked. Yeah. So.
It's true. I mean, and I know at the start you're like, oh, he's blocking all the left walls. I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's still got an opening there. If he's blocking one thing, that means he is purposefully leaving something else open.
Yeah.
That's always the thing. So if you, and I've gotten to this point too, where I'm playing somebody and I think, I can't get anything through. They're blocking everything, right? We've all said that to ourselves in our mind. They're blocking everything. It's not possible. They can't block everything.
Yeah.
The goal is too wide for them to block everything. So every time they choose to block a thing, that means they are purposely choosing to leave something else open, right? If they're blocking your right wall under, well, then they're leaving everything on the left side open. If they're blocking the left side, they're leaving everything on the right. So that's the trick, is to find a shot that they are blocking and do one that looks just like it.
Yeah.
So if they're blocking your left wall, great. Do something that looks just like it, because they're not going to be blocking that one, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? So, Josiah, what do you wish you could have done better in that set?
Hit more left balls in the beginning of it.
Yeah. How about those, like, not just the left balls, but the Danny. So they call it Danny under when you bring it way up and you
I heard.
sharp it. And I think that worked pretty good for you. You got some questions. Josiah, do you think your skills have improved since the last time that you played Spec?
No, because I didn't really play Spec.
We got a question for Spec. I can't wait till he sits down. I got to ask him this question.
Yeah.
It looks really good. We got some people saying thanks for everyone who's making this possible. I also want to say thanks for everybody. We had a lot of people helping today. Like, a lot of people. The players, so we got Scott here playing.
One of the most people that's been here ever.
I know, it's growing, and that's what makes it so much fun. We've got a lot of people here right now.
I mean, the tournament, first day of the tournament was the most, I feel like.
Right? Oh, yeah, when everybody was here for that, yeah.
Here.
So we got Anthony running. He was running scores today. He was doing an awesome job on that. We have Tim here, and he was reffing. We have David here. He was helping out with the scoring as well. We've got Chad here doing photography. We got Spec doing literally everything. We got Matt and Kai both doing commentary. They did an awesome job today. You guys should give them a shout out in the chat.
Yeah, finally.
And then
here.
And finally we got the bees. Okay, Spec, real quick question for you in the chat. They asked a question for Spec. What for is when you, and when for is why?
Yes.
5 words.
5 words. Yes, and yes. There you go.
Ruth asked Josiah. Ruth was asking you if I'm harder to play than Spec, or is Spec harder to play than me.
Probably Spec, because don't play him that much. Because I play you a lot actually, and I'm more used to your gameplay. But I don't play Spec that much.
Isn't that funny? Because rank shouldn't really matter. It's just how comfortable you are with playing somebody. So they did this thing called 80-10-10, and this is a teaching from Doug Howard, who flew out here to give us some like training on air hockey, and he was pushing 80-10-10, and we're like, what's 80-10-10? And he's like, 80% is just knowing how to play the game, like this itself, and then 10% is knowing the table and knowing the puck and knowing the mallet and blah blah, and then the other 10%, I could be saying this very wrong, but the other 10% was knowing your opponent. It's actually not as much as you think. You think it's like 90%. If I just know my opponent, then I can beat them with everything. It's not really, but there is a piece to that. Yeah. And so you were playing an unknown player, right? Mm-hmm. You haven't played that many people. Spec, how many games do you have? You used to keep track with a clicker. Do you still do that?
Yeah.
What are you at right now? And then he just walks away. And then he leaves. And then you think that you know what his buttons are, but he's gonna get right now. So
I'm out.
I'm gonna do that next halfway through the game. Like if he's winning, and I'm like 1 point away. If it's like 6 and I've got like 2, I'm like, how many games now? He's like, and he has to like walk out.
It's like 690.
690. Could show that to the camera real quick. Like walk up to the camera and show this, and you'll have to hold it there for a second so we can focus. Yeah, and then he leaves again. Anything to get rid of this guy. Down. Yep. Hold it. Hold the focus. That's so fun.
Did you put it up? Move it up?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, did you move it up one? Does this game count, or is this only arcade games? What is this that you're tracking exactly? And you have to wait to answer until you get on the microphone. So until then, you're stinky butt face. Okay,
These
what?
are
Go ahead.
only games I play at the arcade. Yeah.
So
Each person or each game?
Each game.
So every game that he plays, he hits that
At the
button.
arcade.
So he's just about at 700 games, and most of those aren't even against like pro players. Like that's just.
But
so,
I only started counting like 3 months ago.
Oof. So
And I've been doing that for like almost a year now.
So Josiah, he's actually used to playing so many people that he doesn't have to get used to their style, right? So you're really good against my style. Like I legit am afraid to play you. Like playing against you, playing David, playing Spec, you guys have my style down, and so it's hard to beat you guys because you guys have that memorized, right? When I play other people that don't know my style as much, I'm like, yes, I got this. They're not going to be used to someone playing way up on the front of the line. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't defend like I do. So okay, Spec, you said you gave it 100%. You feel like you gave it 100% in the last game? Yeah?
I was trying to go for, since he 7-6'd me on the first game, I tried to do 7-2, 7-2, 7-2, and then the last game 7-6. But he got the third point, I go, like, oh my god. I just got so mad.
That first game that he beat you in the last set, I was like, oh shoot, like maybe he will be able to adjust fast enough.
I was trying to get the 7-6. But he got it.
I hope you don't do that at Worlds. So Spec last Worlds, he was playing with somebody and he started rooting for her because she was beating her, and he started rooting for her like crazy, and then he like got in his own head and wanted her to win so bad that she won, right? And it's happened to a lot of us where like we start cheering for the other person and then we're like, what am I doing? Like I kind of want to win this a little bit, right? Like we want the other person to win, but they also have to earn it, right? So I don't think that's the only reason that he lost that game, but you know.
He injured me badly with this pinky.
Okay, is it bruised?
Yeah.
Show it to the camera. Do it. We gotta. Is it not that bruised?
That's why you tape. That's why you tape
Okay.
up your fingers.
I don't tape up my pinky. The good news. The good news is you don't need your pinky.
It was off on the side and then like bounced up, hit it, and then bounced up and hit it again.
So a quick random question that I've wanted to ask a lot of people: if you could like temporarily take off your pinky and like put it back on without any issue at all, would you take it off for the games?
I need it for balance.
I totally would take my pinky off.
I would. Yeah.
You would? No? Matt, would you leave your pinky on? He would leave his pinky on. I hit the puck more with my pinky, and it'll hit dead on too. Like my pinky will be down, and it just dead on hits my pinky and hurts so
I only use 3 fingers, so I don't need my pinky.
I deflect it from going in my goal.
That's called goaltending.
Matt says, how else will I deflect it from going into my goal? There was a kid that was doing that at the arcade, and like this was for money too. This was a while ago, but I was hitting it, and he was like leaving his arm down on purpose, and I kept hitting his arm. And I'm like, this is sort of cheating. I don't really want to call him out and sound like a poor loser. I was still winning, but barely, and he kept blocking it with his arm, and I'm like,
I guess hit it as hard as you
exactly.
can.
I'm like, I guess I'm gonna have to make it hurt. Like I don't want to do that, but okay. And so then soon he's like, ooh, and like that stings. All right. We got. We'll do one last check on the chat here. We got people asking Josiah. Or actually, they're saying, I like that Josiah is listening to the advice and trying it out. It works, and you're getting better all the time. We got people saying it's fun having a woman's voice in the commentary. So shout out to Kai. She's in the other room right now. We're signing out. Great game. They said thank you guys so much for watching. And what was the other thing? Oh, Spec. Did it get in your head at all knowing that we were giving live advice to Josiah? No. And by live, I mean delayed. No? Yeah? Didn't bug you at all?
Care.
Would it bug you if you were playing?
It wasn't live. It was 8 seconds delayed.
If you were at Worlds, and somebody had an earbud in and you knew, like they said, hey, I'm going to be getting commentary from that guy, and somebody was like near the table on like a cell phone, like whispering stuff into it, would that bug you?
No.
I'm asking
like
in case I go against you if I need to.
If you're like #1 in the world of chess,
Yeah.
And you're just like
If it was
bad at
chess.
just saying, hey,
Even
move
when
this
like
move.
even on like the world tournament, people are like on the sidelines saying, "Do it right while under, do it right
Yeah,
while under."
they really haven't really designated rules against it. The rules are just that it can't be distracting, and distraction is only up to the defender, really. So if I'm playing you and people are cheering for you and rooting for you, I can actually request that they chill out a bit, right, if it's getting distracting. But there's nothing in the rules that state that you can't have earbuds in and getting commentary from somebody or getting advice. And so it would be interesting because
It would be bad sportsmanship.
I don't know, because you get it live anyway. You can stand next to the table and yell stuff out. You can stand next to them and whisper stuff into their ear. There's nothing against it, as long as the player doesn't get upset. Yeah. And it's sort of like that. It's even more so in doubles. So Josiah, you haven't played in doubles, and you're probably going to be doing a doubles tournament, right? Are you playing doubles this year at Worlds?
I don't know. I just signed up for something.
You might want to sign up for doubles. It's like $10 or something, $20, and you pick a partner. And the way that it works is like if you get scored on, you have to switch with them, right? But with you and that one partner, you're cheering for each other. It gets way crazier. Like me, it's like one-on-one, you're just kind of quiet. But when you have a partner, you're like, yeah, because you're cheering for each other. Doubles is not as fun for me as like the skill level, but it is way more fun in the intensity and the camaraderie. Go get Jessica and show them what Struggle Bus looks like. My team Struggle Bus.
I saw it on the rankings. I was like, oh wait, number 8 Struggle Bus.
Yeah.
Jason and Jessica.
I don't think we're number 8. We're like 20th in the world.
I don't know.
Something.
I was just scrolling down. I was like, oh, Struggle Bus.
We did really poorly, and then we went up against Matt and Spec, which really sucks to go all the way to Texas and then play people that you could play in Idaho. Yeah. And so we were both of us were like, this is dumb. Like we shouldn't be playing each other. Yeah. But it was still fun either way. This year we're not going to see them in the bracket because we'll be at the end. We'll be in the winner's circle, and Matt and Spec will be like, yeah. Just kidding.
Why don't you come sit here?
Yeah, Matt. Why don't you come sit here?
You need to have like a slimming thing on your camera.
Just slim.
I guess.
Okay, fine. If you don't want to sit there, I'll sit there, and then you sit on the couch. Is that it?
Will the couch make you look slimmer?
Yeah, I like it better there because it's a vent.
Oh man. All right, I think this is us signing off. I really appreciate everybody for taking the time to pop in here.
Some shout outs?
We should actually do one more shout out for Ruth Kmiecik. Thank you so much for taking the time to sponsor us. Thank you for believing in us and sending finances our way to make this all possible. She's the best real estate agent ever. Give her a call, 208-965-3570. If you're in the Gem State area, in the amazing state of Idaho, she will hook you up. If you're in other states, she's even helped people in other states by talking to her network of realtors in the other states just to help people out. So she's very selfless. She's amazing. Does an awesome job. Also, would love to give a shout out to our newest, partner with us is Right Now Heating and Air Conditioning. They're amazing. Give them a call. So 208-585-5868. There's a reason why half the people in this house right now are like shivering and cold. It is over 100 degrees outside, and there are people that are legit cold in this house. We keep it very cold for our games because we get very hot, and it's very hard to keep an area this large cold while you have a bunch of people playing air hockey. And Right Now Heating and Air Conditioning were able to come out, and they got it fixed in a very short amount of time. They did a ton of work. They were extremely professional. I will definitely go through them again. I actually have one other story about them. Years ago when we first moved in, I had them come out to check on the air conditioners just to see how it was doing, just to do like a checkup on it. And while the guy was here, he's like, is there anything else you want me to check on? And I was like, what else do you do? Your air conditioning. Like, you just check the air conditioning. What else do you want to check? And he's like, well, I can check on plumbing. Do you have any plumbing issues you have? And I'm like, actually, I do. The upstairs sink is leaking. We just moved in. It's been doing the slow drip. Can you just take a look at it really fast? He's like, sure thing. He walks in. He puts little booties on so he doesn't get the ground messed up. He goes upstairs. He goes and sees the slow drip. He fixes it within like 2 seconds and then goes, hey, I don't mean to pry. I don't mean to get into your business, but I see you have this like container of lotion on the counter that's for eczema. Right? This is my kid's bathroom. And so I let him know, I'm like, yeah, that's, well, my daughter, she has eczema really bad. Her knuckles, if she makes a fist, her knuckles will just break open and bleed all over. And he said that's because the water here in this area is really hard. It's really hard water. It's got a whole bunch of calcium in it. It's got a bunch of lime in it. It's got a bunch of magnesium in it. It's very hard water. It leaves a white powder all over your faucets, right? And he's like, I don't mean to pry, but I can fix that for you. It's a little bit pricey, but what you can do is get a water softener, and that's going to fix that issue. And I'm like, he's just trying to upsell me, right? I looked into it. He was right. We get a water softener, and we have not had the cracking knuckle since then. My point, though, is not only was he a good salesman, there's always that piece to it, but he also took the time to observe the area and meet us where we were at. He wasn't like, what you really need is a new car. No, he's like, what you really need, it sounds like someone has eczema. I have a way that it can solve that. And I love that about him. It was really compassionate. They got that fixed, and it hasn't been an issue since. So shout out to those guys. That's why I went through them again when I needed air conditioning solution, and they got it solved for me. So yeah, shout out to Right Now Heating and Air Conditioning. Those guys are awesome. All right, I think that solves that sums up the night. Josiah, better luck next time. Get some practice in. I'm excited for how well you did, though. I'm excited to see you at Worlds. Spec, what are you doing beating up on kids, man? I'm just kidding.
Feels good. Gotta put them where they want to be. Like, put them in their place.
Kids like boundaries and firm adult authority. All right, from us here at the American Air Hockey League, we'd like to say, have an amazing night. Thank you for following us.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks
like
for supporting
and subscribe.
me. Thanks for supporting me.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us.